I thank you for your continued pledge to the knighthood.
Already 1 month since I discovered you through YouTube. Wish it had been sooner. Indeed, love.
I thank you for your continued pledge to the knighthood. Chat, I'll be with you in a second. I'd appreciate it if no one else subscribed. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here in a moment.
Endy. Eesh cheered X5, you heard the man.
Grab your shield and sword, raise them high, and welcome to the night.
What did I say? August. Thank you for gifting a subscription to Moenbryda. Thank you.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite
Stream
on the
Commander
Citadel.
Shepard! Chat! It's Commander Shepard, he's here! Hello, Commander
Grab your
Shepard.
shield and sword, raise them high, and welcome.
Welcome on in, everybody. How are we doing? The Corkmeister has landed. Oh my goodness, McDougall, I like that. Welcome on in, Lick DeCello, courtesy of Clivey Bear. Clivey Bear, thank you. Megamajig for the 575 Commander Shepard bits. August for the gift sub to Moenbryda. Asik, or should I say Ishk, for the £5. You heard the man, thank you, buddy. Hiss for the Forest bits. Yang for the £5. Oh my goodness.
Andy.
I made it, chat. We did it. Yang, thank you, buddy.
Hudson Yang cheered X5. I heard nothing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the
For
5.
real /Gmail.
What do you mean?
In
Stop.
the
Corner?
corner.
There it is. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the £5. And also,
You
thank.
smell.
I can't even celebrate Thurrett anymore. Whimsical, thank you for the Thurrett bits. I greatly appreciate it. Yang, you're a bully. Chat, it's for people who are new here, it's a bit of an in-joke. The very first time, or one of the very first times I streamed, the first troll I had just came in and told me I smell, and then left. And then the other guy came in and told me to stop faking my British accent. So, yeah, that was my first month of streaming back in 2019. Megamajig, thank you again for the Commander Shepard bits. I greatly appreciate it. August for the gifts up to Moenbryda. Asik Ishk for the £5. Hits for the 250 bits. Fifeykins for the 2 months. And Lazy Rico also for the 2 months. Buddy, thank you for the resub message as well. It's very sweet of you. How are you all doing, chat? We all doing good today? Happy Thursday. It's not a real British accent I've been had. Yeah, I'm actually from Michigan. If you asked me to point at Michigan on a map, I'd struggle. But I'm from there. Andy could probably actually probably smells of Axe. I don't smell of Axe body spray. I'll be honest. I use Dupe. Dupe Hom is my aftershave of choice. Unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent. That's funny, because I wouldn't know if you'd smell it all, since that's not coming through the stream. Anyway, what a weird thing to say, right? Hello, neighbor. Hello, fellow Michigan. I know a guy from Michigan. Do you know Pete? Yeah, love the guy. He's good friends. I thought it would be from Ohio or Florida. No, I'm Michigan, born and bred. If you ask me to point at Michigan on a map, I might miss the entire United States. Hi, Andy. I have my first therapy session today at 3 p.m, so going to be lurking till then as the anxiety is high. I'll be back afterwards too, so don't do anything too cool. Meg, I don't often do things that are cool, so you should be good, but genuinely, Meg, good luck. I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will. It's fully understandable to be full of anxiety before such a thing, but trust me, it'll be fine. You'll smash it. Your first month of streaming, so basically the beginning of the endy and the endy of the beginning. Exactly, Prince of Shades. Can't be from Ohio. Ohio isn't real. I hear that. Where in Michigan? The north bit. Yeah, the bit at the top. Anyway, I'm digging a hole. Moving on. Thanko, hello. Boondoggle, hello. Pear, the north bit, right? Maid of War, Koji Man, Prince of Shades. Let me scroll up here and see what else is happening at the top of chat. Meg, Hiss, Gorshan, Dirthon, Saviax, Yang, Gorshan again, Defunct, Lemon, Koji Man, Nemesis, Holiver, hey Oliver, Tuna, FW, Clivey Bear, Lemon, Riolicious, Ishk, Yigitu, Koji Man again, Whimsical, Yo Sarasara, V6 Sonoma, Risha, Ashrik 14, Megamajig, Shoybox, Lazy Rico, Igneous Flammer, aka Igneous. Hi Andy, hitting a rocket thruster with a hammer seems like a bad idea after Tears of the Kingdom, right? Yeah, so I probably shouldn't do that, right? I cannot wait to see what happens today, genuinely. Rocket Science chat. Mo Eternal, welcome back, buddy. Thank you for 10 months of support.
What's cooking, Mr. Ginger Cookie?
Ginger cookie. Man, I've not had a ginger cookie in a while. We've got some ginger nuts in the house at the minute, like the little biscuits, because they're meant to help with like morning sickness. They're not bad, but I want a proper ginger cookie, like a gingerbread man. Mo Eternal, lovely to see you, buddy. Thank you again for 10 months. Can we get some love and chat for Mo Eternal, please? Again, Igneous, welcome. Jens, hello. Fifekins, hello. Naughty, hello. Is that a Queen Kimberly I see? Kimberly, hello. Whimsical, hello again. Rosethorn Weaver, hello. Gonna have to leave for work probably before we get much of anywhere, but I wanted to drop in. Good morning. Good morning, Rosethorn Weaver. Lovely to see you today. I will also say hello to the VOD watchers, who I would imagine would be T-Rex. We've got June. We've got Kendra. That's assuming June can spend the time to pop in while they're on holiday. Kendra, who else has been watching the VODs recently? I don't know. They'll come to my mind in a moment. Mega Majig, hello. Good morning, friends. I think I got pinned to a corkboard and I've been stuck here since Tuesday. Please help. I'm so sorry, Mega Majig. I'm so sorry. But get on in. Come join us. Just wait and see the fog start once he starts actually doing stuff. It'll happen. Martian, welcome. Xaviax, hello again. I think the one environment regulators in Labyrinthos is broken. Nope, it is. 100%. Yagitu, hello again. Betty, hello. Serena, hello. Hiss, Xaviax, Mizira, Fantastic Biscuit, Cypher, Koji Man, Asuka Cross, the little Smoky McDougall, DFWM, Gal, regretting username, Lala, Aria, August, Dadams, What the Sound, Dallas, Licticello, Sengo's Raw, Phoenix Senpai, Dadams again. It's not a bad fake accent, is it? Naughty, hello. I love Endy's fake accent. Mrs. D20 could use some work, though. Yeah, she's far too posh, isn't she? She's putting on a bit too thick, I'd say. Meg, hello again, and good luck, Meg. Yuri, Pear. Endy, I wouldn't be able to find Michigan on a map. Also, Endy finds my very specific Michigan location. I'm so sorry, Pear. Is it... I hope it's not the north bit. Small town, you wouldn't know it exactly. Ignis Alchemist, hello. Ignis, how are you today? Monk, hello. How did the hospital trip go? If you want to talk about it, Monk. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Desert Sun, hello. Winterfall, hello. Mo Eternal, hello. Make a Stay Pod. Celestial. Loving your stream, Martian. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We like to have fun sometimes. As someone who is standing in Ohio for work right now as we speak, don't say that too loudly. The ground underneath me might disappear like the vanishing city. Nova, welcome on in, courtesy of none other than the Clivey Bear. Clivey Bear, thank you very much for the gift sub to none other than the clone Nova. Thank you very much, buddy. Nova, welcome on in. As long as you're not in Ohio, you might make it to the end of stream today, pending that that location does exist. Junes, hello. Hello, Junes. How are you? Normally, I'm a VOD watcher too. Yagitu. You're here today, though. I know you're here today because I've spoken to you in-game. So there you go. I got you. Hiss, hello again. Biscuit, hello. Locket Sprite, hello there. Zith1, how did the interviews yesterday go? I've been meaning to ask. Hopefully they went well. Token Cat, hopefully you enjoyed yesterday's VOD. Lord Calf, hello. Sorely Burn, hello. I hope you feel better soon, Lord Calf, genuinely. Fingers crossed it doesn't last too long. Luke, hello. How are you? Youngie, hello. I'm glad you're enjoying the VODs, buddy. Thank you for joining in live today. Nova, hello again. Little Waffet, hello. I'm having a pretty good day today. Nothing amazing has happened, but nothing tragic has happened. So that is a win, right? I'd say. As a Michiganer, is that what you call people from Michigan? Michigander? We would be blessed to watch Ohio disappear. Wow. If there are any Ohioans, I hope, in chat, you might be likely to disappear at some point. Hey, Nova, no need to pay it forward, but I would appreciate it, but no need. No need. Today's a busy day, prepping for my cousin's wedding, 8 hours away, traveling tomorrow and doing haircut, pedicure, packing, and cleaning for the weekend. Oh my goodness. Like, 8 hours to me, Celestial. Are you driving? Not to, like, dox you. I don't know how I could by asking you if you drive, but driving for 8 hours, to me, is one side of my country and back again. Like, the idea of doing an 8-hour trip, I think I'm going to go somewhere and come back home. So the idea that you're traveling for 8 hours in a car blows my little English mind. But I hope it's a nice trip. Hopefully you got some tunes to listen to. That's what I'd need. I need some good music to listen to on the trip. And hopefully it all goes well. Sending all my love to your cousin for their wedding. I met with a total of 7 people, and honestly it felt like it all went really, really well. I'm kind of terrified to get my hopes up, though. Zith1, fully understandable. Fully understandable, but I'm sure you've smashed it. Keep us up to date. Hopefully, when you got some news, you can come in here and, like, all caps and scream to the heavens about the good news you'll have to share, no doubt. 8 hours is literally once around my country. Yeah, I feel like that's... it's probably not too far from here either. Boondoggle, I mean, maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't recommend them, but if people would like to listen to a stream on an 8-hour car journey, be my guest. You might be prone to falling to madness, I will admit, though. Terralyn, good morning. How are you today? Lovely to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. WTF for Miles. Just an alright gamer. Good morning. How are you today? To be fair, almost in any European country, 8 hours is at least one country away. 18-wheeler driver here. I drive 11 hours a day, 6 days a week. Needless to say, listening to these streams keeps me sane. Mega Magic, I know you mentioned this to me before, but I'd love to know, like, what would you call it? Your cab? Your cockpit? I'd love to know what it looks like. I follow someone on YouTube who does, like, these trucking vlogs. I find it fascinating. Like, they've got, like, their own little entertainment area, like, in their cabin area. I love it. Like, they've got a pull-out keyboard, monitor, PC. It's awesome. Thundershrew, hello. How are you today, buddy? Welcome on in. First off, the hospital car park looked like something out of Mad Max, so I had to park in the center of Cardiff and take a 30-minute walk. Turns out I have a bony growth in my ankle. I'm not going to lie, Monk. I'm already feeling incredibly sorry for you. That, like, the way you've described it makes me feel sick. No offense. Bony growth in my ankle that limits its range of motion. The foot pain is caused... Hold on. Foot pain is caused... Chat scrolling. By the mobility issues, limits its range of motion, putting more weight in the front of my foot than it should be. Blimey. Monk. What a weird thing to have. I'm so sorry, man. And hopefully those insults prove to be some comfort to you. As you know, I've had my fair share of, joint issues with running in the past couple months, but that sounds pretty nasty. Hopefully, again, as I said, that fixes it in some way. Those of us who live in the US West, the states are big. Well, what blows my mind is there are some people who have never seen the ocean. I'm very lucky in the sense that I was born coastal, so I can literally walk for a few minutes and go look at the sea. But there are people who have never seen it, and that I can't wrap my head around that, having lived here my whole life. Labyrinthos looks kind of awesome in this rain. Nice, isn't it? I like the glowy bits created by the force field in the background. It's nice, isn't it? Krikov, hello. Socrates, hello again. Lovely to see you. We call the back of the truck with the bed and such the sleeper. But yeah, I'll post some pictures. I'd love to see it. Genuinely would. Favorite movie, Andy? That's a good question, Prince of Shades. That is a good question. My favorite cinema experience was Interstellar. Not my favorite movie, but my favorite cinema experience. I know that wasn't the question, but I've answered it in that way. My favorite movie? I don't know. Come back to me later. I'll need to think about it a bit. I want to give you a proper answer, but yeah, my favorite cinema experience with watching a film for the first time is Interstellar. We watched it in IMAX, a good friend and myself, and I mean, there were moments in that film where I felt like I was in a spaceship. Like, it was great. Like, it wasn't one of those 4D experiences where the seats purposefully shake, but the bass in one of the moments, the seats shook. It was great. It was so good. Like, I felt so immersed in the moment, and I think I've never felt that way in a film before. Like, I was properly, truly immersed in the film. It was so good, Xaviax. So good. Dark Knight in cinema was amazing. If you can believe it, I never saw it in the cinema. Dark Knight, anyone with me? Interstellar is actually my favorite movie. Is it really? It's up there for me. It's like top 5. Top Gun Maverick felt really similar in the theater. Tom Cruise, though, he knows how to make a blockbuster, doesn't he? If you have a look at his like recent film catalog, they're all like bangers. Like, if you look on Rotten Tomatoes, I think they're all like highly reviewed. Inception is my favorite. Inception's also up there for me, but it might be like top 2. Might be top 2. I'll be honest. I do like Inception. Without spoiling anything, start to finish, it's amazing. And the ending, I mean, it's one of the best, right? In any film. Speaking of Tom Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow is really underrated. I love that film, Prince of Shades. With Emily Blunt, right? The time shenanigans. Yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend it, actually. If people haven't seen it. Edge of Tomorrow. I feel like they advertised it poorly. Edge of Tomorrow, when you watch some of the old advertisements for it, it comes across as a bit of just an action flick. But it's way more than that. I don't want to say much more. Actually, just watch it. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It is a really, really good film. Yeah, Live, Die, Repeat. That was its old one. Yeah, that's it. That's the old title. I saw a Mr. Crit pop in. Good morning, chat. Sorry I'm a bit tardy. I was up late last night flexing my triple triad muscles on some people. How's everyone today? I let you win. I let you win, Crit. That, and I genuinely... I don't know what I was thinking. I put that card in the wrong place, and I literally slumped back in my chair and just gave up on life. Isn't Edge of Tomorrow originally a manga? It may have been. I don't know. I didn't know that. I think one of my favorite cinema movies was probably Pacific Rim. Oh, yeah, Yang. I kind of did the film dirty because I watched it at a local cinema, and it's like a privately owned, family-operated cinema, and it's great, don't get me wrong, but the sound system and the quality of like the screen, it's not great. So Pacific Rim, while I loved it, I wish I'd gone to like a big cinema for it. Tea Leaf, have a lovely time, Oliver. Treat her right, I'm sure you will. Infinity War and Endgame opening nights were also great community experiences. Definitely. For that there's a moment in Endgame where, and for people who are British and maybe, I don't know what the general etiquette is in cinemas across the world, but I know in America people tend to like clap and scream and shout and cheer along. We are silent over here in the UK, and I know that's a bit of a culture difference, isn't it, between our fair, lovely countries. There are moments in Endgame where people, like, you could hear people gasp, and that's rare. And there was also a moment like that in the new Spider-Man film, where, like, when you hear people in the cinema here make a sound, you know it's a good moment. Like, it's very, very rare that you hear anyone make a sound. People start to clap and I go, shh, no one can hear you. Really? In fact, Norb, hello. I think I saw a Pickle Kittens in there somewhere. Let me quickly scroll up. Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place here. Good morning, Andy and chat. Everyone is having a great Thursday. Pickle Kittens, now that you're here, I'm having a fantastic Thursday. Thank you for being here. How are you today, Pickle? Hope you and the family are well. Revelation Orange, hello. How are you today? It's a manga originally called All You Need Is Kill. Again, highly recommend it. Edge of Tomorrow, chat. Check it out. Really good film. Yeah, I need to go see Oppenheimer at some point. I'd love to go see it. I know there's like these IMAX 70mm showings, and there's only like 31 reels of this film. There's like 11 miles of IMAX 70mm film that exist in the world, and one of them's in London. And do I want to go to London to watch a film? Not really. I'm not gonna lie. No, if you live in London, no offense, but I don't really want to come down there to watch a film, so I might have to just watch it at the local. I'd love to go see it. Wasn't Oppenheimer banned in Japan? I think it might have been. Fjord. It might have been. I feel like I read that somewhere. Leonix, hello, how are you today? Lovely to see you. Serena, hello again. One of my favorite experiences was seeing it. Just before the credits rolled, a theater employee popped a balloon by the exit. That's funny. That's funny. I watched the last Star Wars in IMAX, and there was a fly on one of the two projectors' lenses, so I couldn't take the movie seriously. What, did no one try and, like, alert somebody, like, can you get the fly off of there? I will admit, and I don't want to turn this into a discussion about Star Wars, but watching The Force Awakens opening night in IMAX, when the title crawl came on, and just feeling the energy of all these Star Wars fans around me, that felt great. But again, I'm not going to open that can of worms and talk about Star Wars, but for the sheer moment of like, wow, Star Wars is back, it felt so good. I think Oppenheimer isn't banned in Japan, but Barbie is banned in Vietnam. Okay, Oppenheimer isn't banned, it just doesn't have a release date in Japan yet. I see. My favorite cinema experience was Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods because of that clapping, cheering environment. It was just a theater of nerdy fans. That's awesome. That's so cool. I can't think of any other moment I've had like that. Endgame definitely had that moment for me when that came out. The Spider-Man film that came out recently, 2 years ago now almost, that was also kind of special. I remember there being a Yu-Gi-Oh film at some point in like the early noughties. I went to see that, and I remember a lot of people cheering, mainly because we were all kids. Because of the memes, I somehow thought Barbie and Oppenheimer was somehow the same movie. That's hilarious, Yugiti. The Lord of the Rings films were, yeah, 100% McDonald, 100%. Kelsey Lulu, welcome back for 3 months, Kelsey. How are you today? Thank you very much. Syra Wiggle, indeed. Thank you, Kelsey. Can we get some love and chat for Kelsey, please? I didn't get to see, and it's one of my biggest regrets, I didn't get to see Fellowship in the cinema. And they did a rerun of the entire trilogy in like specific IMAX theaters in the UK a couple of years ago. I couldn't go. And I was so sad. I'd love to go see them in a cinema in like one foul swoop. Wouldn't that be great? The Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Animal Crossing Doom Eternal memes have been a brilliant genre. I love them, Lemon. It's so good. I like how it's mutually beneficial for both films as well. Like, the Barbenheimer thing has actually ascended both of them beyond where they would have been had they not released at the same time. At least that's what, like, analytics are showing in terms of forecasts for how many tickets are going to sell, which I just think that's brilliant. The talk of Oppenheimer being banned in Japan spread around one of my groups, and someone responded with it. To be fair, they've already seen it. That's a very dark joke, but yeah, I suppose so. Oh yeah, did the whole lot of them? I think Bickering spent the day watching them in the theater. That's awesome. I'm very jealous of Bickering, which is something I never thought I'd say, V6. Clip that and send it to him. I think he'll love that. When I was a little kid and Jurassic Park first came out, our local drive-in cinema was still functioning and open. Oh, man. I don't think I've ever been to a drive-in cinema, but I almost did. There was like a pop-up drive-in theater near me, and I think they were showing Grease. I really wanted to go. We didn't go in the end. Anyway, that's that story over and done with. Yo, I'd love to do a drive-in one day. Yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Beard, good afternoon. How are you today? Welcome on in. Pink Phoenix, hello. How are you? When I was a little kid and Jurassic Park first came out, I just read that, Rock O'Clock. Hello, Rock O'Clock. How are you today? Sophie P. Hello, Sophie. How are you? Dace, hello again. I went to see Return of the Jedi at the cinema for the 40th anniversary re-release recently. Sadly, it was just a Blu-ray version. No, really, Draz? That's a shame. I'd have thought they'd have gone all out for that and, you know, created a custom cut, you know? As if they would just take the Blu-ray and be like, here you go, enjoy. Sammy, how are you today? Lovely to see you. I managed to catch reruns of Back to the Future. Back to the Future is amazing. I do think number 1's the best. Then number 2, then number 3. But they're all like 9 out of 10 variations of that. Like 9.5, 9.2, 9.1. They're all great. So good. Opening night of the Fellowship of the Ring. The theater was so packed I had to sit on the aisle. Wow. I've never been to a screening like that before. Our nearest real IMAX is 450 miles away. Terralyn, you've made me feel a lot better about how close mine is. Blimey. I'm older than Google is a common response I give when people ask about ages. Drive-ins are amazing. My hometown... sorry, scrolling up. Oh my goodness, I'm missing so much chat. Sorry, guys. Atma Prime, hello. How are you? I've done a couple of full Lord of the Rings runs in theaters here. But wow, I don't know if I could do that anymore. Thankfully, Alamo has... Alamo, am I saying that right? Alamo, Draft House, right? Where you can go in and have like a meal and a drink, right? Is that it? We don't have anything like that over here. Unless we do, but I imagine that would probably be found in London. I don't think many other places around the UK offer that. But the idea of being able to go see a film and like order drinks and food sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I'd love that. The point and click Back to the Future game, I've never heard of this, Judge. Only happened a couple of years ago, but I took my daughter to a rerun. Oh, a rerun of Lion King in cinema, and honestly, I think I enjoyed it more than she did. That's awesome. That's really cool. Timmy, belatedly, how are you? I must see in the cinema Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'd love to do that, man. I'd love to do that. You know, any movie can be a drive-in movie if you build up enough speed? I suppose so. Drive-ins are amazing. My hometown had one that was open for like 50 years. COVID finally killed it. See, now that's bizarre to me, because I would have thought in a COVID era, drive-ins... I guess there would still be regulations, wouldn't there? I was going to say that seems like the only way you could watch films in a public environment. But no, I guess there would still be issues, wouldn't there? Damn, that is a shame. Hopefully it comes back. Bickering, I really am. I'm just perpetually just jealous of you. You're amazing. The one time I had to sit in the aisle for a movie was the Simpsons movie. Yeah, Greybeard, that checks out. That checks out. I love that film, but Spider-Pig was the highlight, right? Spider-Pig. Anyway, Lime, how are you today? Lovely to see you, Emily. Hopefully doing well. I've been to an eating, drinking cinema in London, but again, London. Oh, Parasite! If you can believe it, Draz, never seen it. I was waiting for it to come out on like Amazon Prime Video, and then by the time it came out, I kind of forgot to watch it. So I need to get on that. I need to watch that. Alamo Draft House. Gotcha, Alamo. Great theater chain. Longest marathon I've ever had, I've been a part of in the theaters was for the second Avengers film. The theater at Disney World did a marathon that played every single MCU film, culminating with the midnight first showing of Age of Ultron. Wow. Link-a-lot. That's really cool, man. I'd love to do something like that. That's got to be really special, because you got to be around fans, right? Like super fans, like yourself. Parasite's so good, that feckin' soundbite always gets me. I'm glad you enjoyed it, SavvyX. I went to a screening of The Room when I was in college, and everyone threw spoons at the screen when a spoon was on camera. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig, exactly. I'm not doing too bad, Lion. Not doing too bad. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Oppenheimer tonight. Unfortunately, I don't have the availability to do Barbenheimer double feature. Are you going to be seeing it this weekend, Bickering? Bit of Barbie this weekend? Celeste Lotus, hello. How are you? Mr. Noko, hello. It has been a while. How have you been? Zath Sucks at Games, hello. I think the first movie I ever saw in a theater was a Bud Spencer movie. Can't remember which, though. Showing my age, I guess. God, if I told you the first film I saw in cinemas, I think you'd all cripple and be like, wow, I'm old. The first film I saw in cinemas... God, what would it have been? What would it have been? I can't remember, chat. No, I don't remember. I don't remember. It wasn't a Disney film. It was something like the original Spy Kids, I think. I can't believe one of Barbie's many jobs included a nuclear physicist. First film I ever saw was The Little Mermaid. My first film was the original Batman, Santa Claus or something probably. Back to the Future, the game is made by Telltale. I've got it, I think, Judge. I've just never played it. Talking the Room, I met Tommy Wiseau at a screening nearby. It was surreal. Wow. Nova, did you get a picture? Spy Kids slaps. Yes, it does. Like when he puts the little thing in the microwave and then cooks it for like 2 seconds and then it's a burger. It's genius. Why don't we have that technology, huh? Bud Spencer makes me want to watch the whole movie, the Trinity trilogy again. I think The Matrix is also up there as one of my first, I think. I know I went to the movies beforehand, but the first I probably remember seeing specifically was Spy Kids 3D. It was so good! So good! I quote Spy Kids 3D on a regular basis. Specifically the line at the end when Junie calls everyone. He says, calling everybody. And then it cuts to like the dad. And then he's like, I don't know, doing surgery on like an artificial brain. And then he's like, no, my kids need me. And he like throws it all away and then like flies. So good. Calling Evie Lemon, that's so quick. That's so quick. It's so good, Leonix. I watched them so much as a kid. Like I had them on DVD. Got through my work day today. Now at long last, 3 weeks vacation. Oh my goodness, Gedorek. Not gonna lie, tempted to go for a summer sleep and just not wake for 3 weeks. How's the walk to the end here? Gedorek, it's not going too bad. How are you, buddy? Hopefully you enjoy these 3 weeks. Any game you got to play? I don't know if there's any game that you've been wanting to play that you can like delve into now you got these 3 weeks off. Machete is in Spy Kids. His name is Uncle Machete. Yeah. Danny Trejo. The earliest movie I remember seeing at the cinema was probably Aladdin. I saw the... just think, there are some people on this earth whose first cinema experience is the new Aladdin with Will Smith. And when they come into this chat room in about 10 years' time, I'm retiring. Because at that point, I will probably age many decades. I'll be like, whoa, don't tell me that. What do you mean? Worse, something like Boss Baby? That's upsetting. It is, isn't it? It's really upsetting. Anyway. Spy Kids has a lot of raw, badass lines that you would not... Exactly. It's good. It's good. I think they're just really good for, you know, especially if you're a kid. They're good fun. Look, hold on. That Aladdin film is not bad. I agree. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad film. It's more... They will have to specify, like, oh, my first film that I saw in the cinema was Aladdin. Oh, not the original. The Will Smith one. You know, it's like, oh, okay. Holy shit. How old are you again? What? I remember seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and My Little Pony in the theaters. The originals. Wow. You're going to feel even older thinking about what your kid's first movie theater? No, Fumi, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, no. I need to go lay down. My first movie in the theater was Follow That Big Bird with Big Bird. I think I was like 3. Right, Leonix? Me realizing kids born when I graduated high school are old enough to drink. Mrs. D20 was doing the maths the other day, and she teaches like kids who are like 3, 4, 5 years old, and she's been working her job for almost 10 years now. And we had the revelation that a kid she's looked after and taught when she began her job is now a teenager. And we both had a moment of, like, existential dread. It was like, whoa, what do you mean? Are teenagers now? There's no way. Because she's got all these gifts that she receives every sort of Christmas time from the kids, from the parents. Like, thank you, Mrs. D20, for all the help this year. And we've got them all in a box. And it's just surreal to think that some of those presents and gifts from these kids, they're now like 14, 15 years old. I'd crumble to dust, right? I'm feeling it when I realize I'm older than Final Fantasy, the whole series. Oh no. Oh no. You want to feel old? Don't think about your kid's first movie. The cinema's kind of dying. Think about what their last movie will be. I mean, when you say it like that, that also sounds kind of bad. What's their last film going to be? I like to imagine that on her desk is a name tag that says her name is actually D20. I've got to be careful, Xaviax. I've got to be careful. I don't know if Kat is watching. Kat, hello, if you're lurking. I'm not going to reveal it, Kat, if you are here, but I remember we were all hanging out in Discord, and Kat was referring to her partner as her partner. And then about an hour later just dropped his name, and I felt like saying at the time, Kat, listen, I've been doing this for 4.5 years. Now you know how hard it is to not accidentally drop, like, personal info. It's tough. It is tough. The amount of times I've almost said something, and I'm like, whoa, yeah, close one. Close one. Because I never, ever say Endy out of stream time. It's like hitting the start streaming button. My brain engages like streamer mode. I'm so ready for Barbenheimer. You've joined at a great time. We're talking about that, Grav. Are you doing a double feature, or are you going to go back to back like 2 days in a row? I think my first movie in a theater might have been E.T. I'm old. I doxed myself so hard. Nova, same. Somehow I haven't yet. I react when I hear Pear IRL. Friday Barbie, Saturday Oppenheimer. That's the method you're doing, is it, Grav? I think I'd have to do Oppenheimer then Barbie. I know a lot of people doing it that way, Barbie then Oppenheimer. I feel like I'd want Oppenheimer first, and then Barbie to sort of like, I think we described it yesterday as a palate cleanser. Lies, we all know even your parents call you Endy. It's true. It's true. Chat, I've not played the game, and we're like 36 minutes in, which is par for the course, but I am very aware that people... Hold on. How do I hide my helmet? There we go. I'm very aware that people want to see gameplay at some point, so I'll get on that shortly, chat. Something super comforting seeing all my fellow elder millennials in here. We got some old folks in here. We've got Zimmer frames in the corner should anyone need one. There's plenty of beanbag chairs, which you're welcome to sit in, but you might have trouble standing up after sitting down. Are you afraid of a little bird girl? And by the way, that's a self-own. We've got a beanbag chair, courtesy of the lovely Ollie's dad and Oliver. I struggled to get out of it. My knees like seized. I was like, oh no, what's happening? What is considered as old? Anything over the age of 21. No, I'm joking. Shakes Kane, get off my lawn. Love just hearing it, chat. The game, beyond ouchie crashes, should be there afterwards. Pink Phoenix, I agree. I think I get a bit bogged down sometimes in maybe the stress of not needing to entertain, but needing to be engaging with the game. Because I know some people can get a bit feisty over that. So yeah, maybe we'll just take our time then. Take our time, we'll chill. I want to do all of these side quests in Elpis, but I feel like this pressure, and I think it's self-inflicted, a self-inflicted pressure to not delay. Like I fear being told I'm stalling, you know, so I'm sort of leaving it be at the minute. Maybe we'll get around to it at some point. I would like to get around to doing the side quests at some point. Okay, here we go. Let's see what the average age of chat is. 26, 30, 35, 36, 59, 32, 34, 35, 30 something, 86. Oh, that's your dad. Okay. 30, 28, 29, 27, 36, 42, 44, 30, 36, 27, 38, 26, 46, 40, 21, 41, 29, 32, 31, 37, 26, 32, 44, 36, 36, 53, 27, 27, holy crap, 28, there's a lot of people spamming it, 28, 37, 35, 39, 24, 31, old. Biscuit, I like that you've gone with old. 42, 34, 29, 32, 28, 38, 43, 31, 27, 53, 24, 23, 30, 30, 31, 40, 31, 36, 35, 29, 31, 25, 39, 42, 37, 34, 30s, 59, 45, 39, 35, 46, 41, 54, 23, 389. Is that a misspell there, Tea Leaf? Are you an immortal being? 23, 32, 34, 32, 51, 27, 28, 46, 77? You're not 77 defunct. And if you are, I've seen you defunct. Not in a creepy way. I've seen you on your webcam. You're not 77. And if you are, I need your skincare regimen. 24, 42, and sold. Yeah, that sounds like I'm an auctioneer, doesn't it? 39, 37, 36, 32, 31, 26, 69. That's bullshit. 21, 32, 40, 35, 38, 32. There we go. Well, according to Andy's definition, chat's officially all old. Yeah. There you go, chat. Now, I don't know if anyone was doing the math on that, but
Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
Blimey, Tidemore, thanks, buddy, for scaring the shit out of me, and thank you, Megamagic, for the 350 bits. According to Andy's definition, chat is officially all old. There you go. What do I do now? Being old apparently is illegal. There you go. Now you know the average age of chat, which I would guess is about 36. I was doing the maths at the beginning, and then I got like 15 numbers in and I gave up. But I think it's about 36. About 36. From what I've seen, average should have been around mid-30s. Yeah. Hey, there you go, Xaviax. How does that feel? That's a win. That's a win. Enjoy that. You look 25. I'm not 25. I'm not 25, but I'll take that as a compliment, Lewis. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
I thank you for your
Eka,
continued pledge to the
welcome
90.
on in. Thank you for 2 months of support. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, 2 months.
Ooh, 2 months. There we go. Mentally 18, biologically 42, physically 78. At 25, when he's clean shaven, I'd look like a baby if I shaved. There are clips of me fully, you know, like no beard, and yeah, it's not good. Andy's actually a 3,000-year-old wizard who has disguised his age. I'm 25. Me from 12 years ago. Oh dear. Sir Batdan. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Thanks to @Kendra for my sub gift. Did you know that Kendra once said that tacos are great?
Kendra, is this true? Did you say tacos are great? I need to hear it from your mouth, and not from Batdan's here. Dan, thank you very much for accepting the gift sub from Kendra. It's lovely to see you. I believe, Dan, if I remember correctly, you are the one responsible for having inflicted Final Fantasy XIV upon Kendra. And Naughty, I seem to recall. Thank you, if so. What happened? I blacked out during a segment there. I definitely didn't block any of that out. Hello, sign. Nazral, hello. Thank you for the Prime sub. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome on in. Thank you for 4 months. I sincerely appreciate it. It's complicated. Kendra, we've got all the time in the world to go over the complicated nature of why you said tacos are great. I'm listening. I'm ready. I know, I will say 40 here, but people say, look, 28, 35? Good, there we go. I don't make my age public, not for any real reason. Mainly I've had issues with people doxing in the past, so I've been very private with my information. I will say, I was born in the 90s. There you go. That's all I'll say. Was it 99 or was it 91? That's up for you to decide. It took a whole year of persuading Kendra to try the finalist of fantasies. I was blessed with a young-looking face. Tacos are fantastic. 90s kids rise up. There we go. And I imagine, again, there's going to be some people like, what the hell? 90s? We hope that they'll finally tell us the next expansion this month on the 29th. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. IP acquired? No, Michael! Stop! Born in 89? Oh, you missed out. You missed out on the cool gang. 90s? Barely out of nappies. I know, right? I know. It's going to blow your mind when you realize that people born in the year 2000 can be 23 this year. 90s kids lamenting being in their 30s or getting there soon. 87 kid here? Andy, we know you're a VA in 7.0. Okay, well, it's true. It's true. Stop! What do you mean? What do you mean? I read a message as tacos regret, but it said tacos are great. It has been clipped, and now it will never be forgotten. Kendra, I need to see this clip. Not right now necessarily, but I will try and find it. I was born in 2000. There you go. There you go. Meg, you've just given maybe more than half of chat a mild existential crisis. And on the topic of existential crisis, chat, shall we play some Final Fantasy XIV? Shirokazi, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Get on in. Get involved with an aura, huh? I don't know when it happened, but I had to scroll a ways down on a website. Oh, bickering. That's when I realized time was passing, is when I could go from clicking a drop-down menu for year, and it would have my year in there, or now I have to actually scroll wheel twice. It's like, where is it? It's in here somewhere. Peachy Gummy, how are you today? Welcome on in. Lovely to see you. The 90s are the best. Fun fact, if you like the loud patterns on clothing from the 90s, there's a place you can order clothes like that online. I don't know what it's called, though, because that would be actually helpful. Greybeard, you were almost there. 95. Lewis Mass, there you go, buddy. Look at that. Look at that. Shanali, hey, how are you today? Welcome on in. 93 gang. Okay, you go, Sean. But yeah, we should probably play. My lawn got repossessed. I shake my cane angrily from my flat window instead. 88 here. 90s kids, people born in the 90s, or people who are old enough to remember the 90s? I think it depends, which is not helpful, is it, Winterfall? I would say people born in that time. Andy, did you have the map everyone had as a kid with the city with the road on it? Yeah, I had it. I had it made. I loved it so much. Why are you making me feel so old? Risha, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. 1898, Sov. Are you a vampire? Mystic Sky, hello, how are you today? Welcome on in. Lovely to see you. Yeah. I had the Met. I had the Met. 1988 was a great year to be born. Said no one ever, Kendra. Huh? Go eat a taco. Come on, Kendra. I'm sorry. I know that wasn't even mean, but I feel bad, Kendra. I'm sorry. Andy, don't you know? We're all vampires here. Hey, not everybody. Some of you are just, you know, regular human beings who want to engage in good discussion. Some of you are here for my tears. And maybe my blood. Arguable the best year. Oh, Greybeard. Are we forging a 1988 coalition here? Anyway, chat, I should play the game, because if not, people are going to be getting angry. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, rocket science. Let's go do some rocket science, shall we? I was born in 69, which everyone knows is the best year to be born ever. That's true. That's true. We're all just a bunch of Colin Robinsons? Wow. How many people are going to get that, Leonix? 1988 is a pretty ideal, really. I mean, okay. We've got to be careful, guys. The 1988ers are going to come for us, but it's fine. Go for the legs. What's this over here? Can I investigate? I love Colin! That! There we go! As a Brit, I'm a Time Lord. I thought about being a wizard, but the spells were kind of meh. I'm looking forward to the new Doctor Who, by the way. They keep showing little teasers. I think they were teasing the sonic screwdriver yesterday, which it felt so surreal for me to see that. I was like, what do you mean? You're teasing the sonic screwdriver? It looked pretty good. Correct to go for the legs. My knees and back make me feel ancient. I'm not gonna lie, I've got problems with my knees, and I'm not from 88. So I struggle to comprehend how it will be in a few years' time. Kendra, there you go. Get in here. Get in here. Hey! There's something missing. Hold on. Let me go to my macros. There you go, buddy. I got you. Doctor Who is dead to me. Ah, yes, Zodiac. I was born in the year of the goat. Most uncool. Oh, wow. What a cell phone. What a cell phone. There's nothing wrong with being born in the year of the goats off. We having a coalition of 80s babies? May I join? My credentials are 86. Oh, no. They're joining in. They're oh, no. We're doomed. Fellow 90s kids, we need to assemble. Like the Avengers. I'm curious with the new Doctor Who whether they will touch on the timeless child crap or half the universe is now destroyed because of the flux. We'll have to wait and see, Monk. Hopefully it's like a soft reset sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know. How do... look, the only reason I equipped that helmet is so I could look more like you, Little Waffet. Did you know that, Little Waffet? Have you seen what I have in my glamour plate? I can't even show you. I have that helmet. I got it from a quick exploration, and I didn't realize you could sell it, so I immediately put it in my glamour dresser, and I lost out on 15 million gil. For reference, I only have 5.6 million gil to my name. I'm moving on, Little Waffet. You're a bully. 86, the best year. Year of the Tiger, baby. There we go. Oh. Okay. Did not realize we'd all be gathered round here. Chat, come on in. Come on in. I would like to point out, by the way, all of the gil you see is hard-earned gil. I was not given any of this. I made a point not to accept handouts. Though, if you watch my A Realm Reborn VODs, I do take a million gil handout at the beginning. I then feel guilty and I spend it on a hairstyle, so I no longer have it anymore. Anyway, moving on. Kryl. He looks lost in thought, although it seems he's hit something of a stumbling block. I'll say. Is he talking to himself? Surely the Forum hath already petitioned the aid of the Loperites, given their familiarity with such technologies. For a closely guarded secret, you can see practically everything from outside, even with the magical barrier surrounding it. I was expecting the Sky Steel Manufactory, but instead I find the village smithy. Okay. While many of the facilities within the central circuit seem to be visible from the upper levels, the more secretive work must be carried out behind closed doors. It's something, by the way, which we've not had a conclusion to, is we see, is it Erinville or Arenville? I think it's Erinville, the bun boy, who everyone was really in love with. He was in Ishgard, and we watch as somebody was beginning the transformation into becoming a blasphemy. And we haven't touched upon that since. The reason he comes into my mind now is him being one of the porters, right? And, you know, being in Labyrinthos. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Bex, how are you today? Welcome on in. Lovely to see you. 92 here. I'll travel through the Arabian Nights until I reach Wayne's World. Me and a few good men will scrounge up some reservoir dogs, following our basic instincts. Maybe swing by the last of the Mohicans and get him too. Then we'll go to my lab and get the lethal weapon, V3, and we'll meet up. Crit, I love that. That was great. I really enjoyed that. If only there was one more pop culture reference to make about 1992. If only, great bit. If only. Anyway, he hasn't even realized we're here. Or perhaps he has realized, but just doesn't care. Perhaps you'd like to break the ice? I'd rather not. This is the man we seek. Do try not to startle him. Okay. Cockle-dankle. Cockle-dankle. Cockle-dankle? We'll find out. Hopefully it's V8, so I know how to pronounce his voice. By the way, chat, drinking Dr. Pepper today.
I could swap them out.
Look at that.
No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
I kind of love the VA.
Yes.
That is not what I was expecting.
That does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, Master Force, you know.
We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
We're here for rocket science, Cockle. Or Cockle.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface.
We can
I
help
assure
you.
you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
I still don't know how we're going to be able to help. Outside of maybe letting the Loporits help out, I don't know how it's going to, work.
Aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace.
One, I love the VA. Two, I love his little outfit. Like, look at the hammer on the belt and the little torch. I like it a lot. Can you get that in-game, this armor set? That's got to be like the crafter set, right? For Endwalker? Crafting outfits are fine. I agree. They're some of my favorites in the game, honestly. You can get it? Okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't like a
As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise.
Yep.
And transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb.
Okay.
But it ain't perfect.
I'm imagining like an old steam train where we're having to like shovel coal into the engine. Except in this case, we're channeling our ether into it, maybe?
According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient.
That's pretty close.
A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can fix that.
Hast thou consulted with the Loporits?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer.
Gotcha.
The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Oh, I love that. I love that they got the VA to say teeny tiny toy boat. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
Oh. Come on, Graha. Save us.
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
See, this is the benefit of Graha having studied all of those texts within the Crystal Tower, and being an impossibly old being in a young body. The wealth of knowledge he possesses is unlike anything else, right? It's great.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered
There's
throughout
one on the
Eorzea
moon.
would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
There's a ship on the moon. An Allegan ship. I can't remember the name of it. It had a really specific name. Can't remember.
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need.
Hey, Ragnarok. FF8. That's cool. Those are the prize bits we really need.
According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up.
Gotcha, okay. So the ship
It's
on the
rough
moon
going in
is
there,
useless, never
even
mind.
for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
You want me to go and fetch the what's-its? The White Raven's ghost. It haunts me. This sounds like a job for someone else. The White Raven's ghost. It haunts me.
Heavens, are you all right? You look pale as a...
I'll just say I'm fine. I'm all good.
Best put that battle from your mind for now. Deep breaths. That's it.
She's looking after me. That's so sweet. Thank you, Odyssey. It was a nasty battle.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously...
Okay.
Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward.
Heavensward, you say? Okay. I love the reference to gathering firewood. That's one of my favorite moments of Heavensward, chat. So good.
This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
Well done, chat. I was honestly expecting so many people to spam "This is Thancred." No one said it. Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
This is Thancred.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all.
Oh, I'm so glad they've VA'd everyone in the link shell. It feels like a proper coming together, doesn't it, of everybody? This is really, really cool.
Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Can we hear Sardu? Is Sardu there in the background? I really want to hear her voice.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
Othard, you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad.
Yes, we do.
Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal.
Okay.
Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
Kaboom!
I
this
gather
is
you
great.
heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done.
Hey.
I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship.
This is wild. Like, again, just thinking about how far we've come, that Cyrena, chat, of the Azim Steppe is talking to us about gathering materials for a starship. Oh, I love it.
I am glad
so
for the
good.
work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping this plunder for the taking? And I'm a born plunderer.
I'm a born
I'll be an
plunderer.
old Charlie and before you know it, start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Oh, that was awesome.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
That's cool. How people can all aid in the cause in their own separate ways. That's awesome. I'm so glad Fortuno gets to see this. I don't think he's ever not... Like, I don't think he doesn't love Alphino and Alice. I think it's because he's been so bound by duty that it's almost created like this impenetrable wall for him to fully comprehend the good they're doing. But now that they're sort of, you know, now that his duty has predetermined how he must treat them, in that the Forum have decided that the Scions are to be trusted and they're going to help, that wall's being knocked down a little bit, and he's getting to see, okay, wow, my children are doing something special here, you know? Yeah, 100%. Takanuva, exactly that. Rub your boot in his condescending face. Is it me who was wrong? No. Is it? Yeah. Let's have a look. Is it Kokal or Cockle, by the way? I'm guessing Kokal. Appreciate you doing all this, but I ain't getting me hopes up just yet. Alright. Okay, ever the pessimist. There are no oaths or contracts binding the members of the Ilsabard contingent, and in many ways it was even more loosely organized than the Crystal Braves. Nevertheless, I know none would refuse this call to arms. Truly, we have been blessed with trustworthy and dependable allies. Time and time again, It seems that Allagan something or other are either the cause or the solution to our problems. To think the self-same materials that once launched Dalamud will now be used to help ferry mankind to the moon. There's a poetry in there. There is. And it is strange, isn't it? Like, you gotta think, the Allagans really were ahead of their time in many, many ways. And if it weren't for their construction or erection, blimey, of the Crystal Tower, probably should have worded that better. We wouldn't have been able to have gone back to Elpis. Don't clip it. Please don't clip it. You know what I mean? They erected the tower.
I thank you for your continued pledge to the night.
Oh, no! I feel so sick.
2 Twitch months and a month on YouTube before that. Thank you for the fun, Endy.
Way too late. You've picked a great time to join in. Thank you for hopefully saving me from having to now explain what I just said. Thank you for the 2 months, buddy, and thank you for enjoying the YouTube content. Chat, you'll be happy to know I am editing the journey to Elpis. That'll be the next video. I fell behind on, doing sequential uploads. I'm just going to go straight for Elpis, then I'll do the cutscene with Hydaelyn, and then I'm gonna, when I'm done with the game, I'll go back and edit the other moments. So I'll look into getting that uploaded soon. You Memi, nothing. It's all good. It's all good. I'm confident that even the deadliest of Allagan defense mechanisms are no match for our allies. At this rate, some of them might soon have as many accomplishments to their name as a certain Warrior of Light. Champion of Eorzea, I hear. Considering how much of a fuss he made at the time, I don't see why he takes every opportunity to bring it up. It was just firewood. I love that moment has rippled through the game in such a way, because in the moment I remember thinking it was such a lovely, genuine moment between friends, but the repercussions it's had on the later game has been great. First the Telophoroi, now the final days. No one can accuse the Ilsabard contingent of backing down from a challenge. Of course, they weren't also committed to the cause when we first set out, but after seeing the example set by you, Alphino and the others, the change was palpable. They couldn't help but believe. What serendipitous irony that the remnants of the 7th Umbral Calamity would become keys to mankind's salvation. Never more certain have I been that Master Louisoix watcheth over us from the ethereal sea. Ooh. Now, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? If we were to reconnect with Louisoix and Fortuno and Alphino and Alysair in attendance. Oh, chat. I'm writing my own fan fiction in my head right now. That'd be great. Though Bahamut is long gone, the internment hulks are far from safe. It could be much worse, of course. They won't have to fight their way past Mericidian dragons, nor is there any danger the Elder Primal might be summoned again. Even so, I dare say there are still a fair few Allagan creations and contraptions remaining to bar our friend's way. I only hope that Grandfather watches over them. Nice. Alphino Firewood Arc was the most important in the story? Oh, definitely. I've no idea how many people in Labyrinthos can perform research with this calming music. I've been knocked out cold. I've got to admit, it's some of my favorite music in the game, Dace. Chilling down here, nighttime, it's great. It's just so calming, isn't it? It's lovely. It's times like these we're reminded of how famous, or infamous, Alphino has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? As we're expecting a rather lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform the relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Kryl. Contact. Someone in Eureka? That's for me to know, and you to find out. Okay, cheeky. And on that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Krondite chest gear. Okay. Oh. Cutscene. Holy shit. Meanwhile in Uldar. Ooh. What's happening in Uldar? Oh, not enjoying this music. Pippin? Nanamo? Okay.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Here, guys. We have need of your stone torches.
I'm liking the techno music in the background. Isn't this, coils? It sounds like coils.
They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberg will personally see it done.
That sounds like the VA for Gosetsu. It is! It is Gosetsu! It felt really on the nose. Wait, Gosetsu's VA is also Vritra? I hadn't clocked that. I had not clocked that.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it.
I was literally about to say, he ain't gonna do shit if there ain't profit involved, and she had it. That's great.
The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together.
I know! The dialogue disappeared.
It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future.
Hear, hear.
You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Oh, wow. Meanwhile, in the Black Shroud? Wait a second. Is Carney Senna gonna do something for once? That's just uncalled for. You leave Carney Senna alone. She's not even here. She's not even here. Never mind.
We've fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
Ooh? Ooh?
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Oh, I love the music. Oh, this is great.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
Let Minago speak. Please let her speak.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiency so plain to see.
Yes. Clear as crystal.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud.
Yes! Ah, see, that was the beginning of my journey. I started in Gridania, and I remember going on that adventure through Central Shroud with Lys and Papalimo. God, that feels like a lifetime ago now. Wow.
I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
There we go again. Together we are stronger. Not only, I think, in terms of actual physical strength, but our mental acuity, our ability to fend off despair, knowing that we're surrounded by others who have hope within them, I think it's going to be the key. Oh, I love the music, chat.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
What's up, boy? Ah, chat. Going for the jugular. Not appreciating that. Thanks, Yoshi P. Meanwhile, in Kurthus, why did it not say several cutscenes will play? They kept this a surprise, didn't they? Dear oh dear. Ah, no, 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 no. Oh, no.
There you are. We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... Ah.
Oh, wow. This is so, so good.
That was a roar. A dragon's roar.
Praise Felgar? Meanwhile, in the Ruby Sea... Oh, chat, this is amazing. And they kept it such a surprise, because they didn't say several cutscenes will play. Hancock! There he is! Oh, dear.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Hmm? Is that
our bro?
Hancock? What a surprise this is.
Sorrow, bro!
And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
What the hell is... Soroban, where did you get the snake, buddy? What's happening here? Why are you and Siri connected? Appreciate you doing all this. I've read that already. Okay. Did I chat with you all? Yeah, okay. I've chatted with you all. Hero in a half shell. Yeah, the auspices are coming back. The thing is, I didn't think they'd touch on the auspices, because isn't that optional content? I thought they'd have kept optional content out of the MSQ in some way. That's cool, though. I'm glad they are integrating it in some way. Igitu, definitely. It's amazing, isn't it? I've done the optional Stormblood trials. Yeah, it's how I knew it was Siryu. I didn't say that at the time. I said it like 2 seconds after, but I have done them all. Important notice! This is going to be the Labyrinthos music for like the rest of 6.0 MSQ. You may wish to BGM 0. We'll listen to it a little bit. It's a 20-second loop? Really? No job too small. Alphino is resisting the urge to pat himself on the back. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service? Ha! You've already done more than enough. If I had to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Allagan technology. Charbone! Thank you for the 2 months. Welcome on in. Thank you very much. Can we get some love and chat for Charbone, please? Thank you for the 2 months of support. Amy, hello as well. Lovely to see you. If I had to say, though, a thing or two about Allagan technology, gotcha. You there, the lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. That I do. If only Master Kokol knew how right he was. While he and Grahar establish a rapport, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favour. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This will also be an opportunity to familiarise ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse, and if nothing else...
And sword, raise them high, and
why?
To the night.
Wait, what? Is that a certain Senpai, the Jedi? Senpai, thank you very much for gifting 10 subs to the following people: Cygnus X1, Mercury HG013, Solrain TK, and X Pesnaz, Katawina, Dragon MOP, Fatal Error Gaming, Fjordbren, Chris Katzi, No Username 28, and Sneaky Shin. Thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that. Senpai, there's no need to do that, buddy. I appreciate that ever so much. I'm going to give you a weekly update. How is the Skyrim save going? Have you managed to fix it? Or are you still crashing? Thanks, buddy. I really, really do appreciate it. It's 50 seconds on the loop. That is... What made them do that? What made them think, let's loop the same track over 50 seconds? And they haven't fixed it or altered it since it came out. That's strange. And if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you've a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busy themselves preparing for the Exodus. Pah, that lot need all the help they can get. Okay. Well then, off we go. Okay. Don't worry, chat. I've got a plan. One second. There you go. It wouldn't have been bad had it not dragged on for 10 years. I shall endeavour to provide Master Cockle with whatever information he should require. I'll admit, without refined adamantite, I ain't got a bloody clue how else I could get the ether burner performing any better. If you lot don't come up with the goods, we're buggered. Senpai, let me know how it goes, man. I'm holding off on playing Cyberpunk until the new DLC drops. When is that dropping? Does anyone know? Phantom Liberty? I hear it's like really good and they've fixed a lot of things in it. Oh no, I'm not going to play Answers again. I've done enough damage. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's September? Okay. Are my eyes to be believed? Ending night? In the flesh? Hear that, chat? You hear that? Why, I've read all about you in the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortom, but never did I dream this day would come. Someone pinch me. Oh my goodness. Call me the champion of Eorzea. Shit, she didn't. Didn't call you the champion of Eorzea though, did she? Well, she could have done. She could have done. She just didn't. Self-appointed, it's not. It's not self-appointed. That's a junk monger. I know, I've got a playlist going, chat. It will get more intense. Just soak it in. Just checking to make sure everything is of an acceptable quality. I make a point of rejecting anything that doesn't meet my standards on the spot. Okay. Jump over here. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait until Phantom Liberty drops until I play Cyberpunk again. 26th of the 9th? Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'll wait for that. My first playthrough ended with a crash about 10 hours in, and I've not played it since, and I'm going to wait for Phantom Liberty. I did have a chat with Graha. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It is indeed FF9 music. It is the best FF game, aside from 14. But we can't compare them. We can't compare them. Mega Magic! Thank you for the 30 bits. I appreciate it. Ward of House for Tom is a better title anyway. Yeah, true. I was keeping my eyes peeled for any sightseeing logs, but I've not found any. I do need to go back to Elpis at some point and get all of the sightseeing logs there. Do you want me to do the jazz version, Tea Leaf? Let me see if I can find it. It's my favorite mix, actually. Here you go. There you go, chat. Are you saying 9 is better than 14? I guess we'll just have to integrate 9 and 14. See you in 7.0. I think next week I will have to I'll have to do like a proper prediction for what I think might happen in the next expansion. Ready for... Hey, look at that, chat! I was looking for a sightseeing log, but we get an ether current instead. Don't mind if I do. Nice. Can't believe you hurt me with Burmecia. I'm sorry, Draz. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, Shadow Song, I did clock it. I did clock it. Well, it's like once upon a time enemies, isn't it? Where we did manage to resolve the conflict in our time playing the game. In order to protect the secrets of the central circuit, the researchers must navigate a bewildering maze of paperwork before they are permitted to return to the surface. Go figure. T-Rex! How has it only been 5 months?
Wow. 5 months. Thanks for keeping me entertained.
My pleasure, man.
I can't wait to see where this channel and community goes.
T-Rex,
Indeed love.
Neither can I. Neither can I. I'm very stressed about the future, and hopefully it's good. I'll have to wait and see. Thank you for 5 months, buddy. I really, really do appreciate it. I genuinely can't comprehend it's only been 5 months. I feel like I've known you a lot longer. Can we get some love and chat for the terrible, but I would say quite nice T-Rex? Thanks, buddy. Thank you for 5 months of support, and thank you for the very kind resub message. Andy hasn't played Tic Tacs yet, and neither have I. Yeah, not played Final Fantasy Tic Tacs. I'd love to.
Thank you for your continued pledge to the night.
Melody, thank you for the 2 months. I am indeed doing rocket science today. Yes.
Apparently we are in fact rocket scientists.
Welcome to Kerbal... No, Eorzea Space Program. We're going to be launching the Scions into space. Stay tuned. Can we get some love and chat for the lovely Melody Bunny, please? Thank you, Melody. I appreciate that. In order to navigate... in order to protect the secrets of the central circuit, the researchers must navigate a bewildering maze of paperwork before they are permitted to return to the surface. I suppose it's no different than any other aspect of Sharlayan society. We do love our bureaucracy. It's very much a mirror of the city above, which is perhaps how it came to be called the Sharlayan Hamlet. Did I... Wait. Oh, no. There it is. Okay, I knew there was an ether right somewhere around here because I saw it on the map earlier. I thought I'd missed it. Do my senses deceive me? In the shadow of yon corner. One can hope this leadeth not to mischievous undertakings. Oh god. What do you sense? As surprised as I was to learn the Forum planned to send everyone to the moon, I can't imagine how the common folk must feel about it. I don't mind a bit of heavy lifting, but I draw the line at paperwork. So much as wave a sheaf of documents at me, I'll put my lance to it. Fair. It's very fair. What a quaint little settlement this is. A shame it is hidden underground. Should I be disabling and re-enabling music for cutscenes? If you guys let me know, like, oh, cutscene, you know, turn it off. That way I can make sure I don't miss any, you know, special music or whatever. I'm a fan of the Korok space program myself. Keen, I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. I would. Good idea. Okay, let me know then when a cutscene's about to play or whatever, and I'll re-enable it so we don't listen to FF9 music. Right, say, wouldn't it be good? Anyway, sorry. I'll say. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Skolok Montechain mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the Aetheryte once our work is done. I don't know if we're going to be able to get down there. The map... I'm kind of spoiling myself. The map seemingly shows us being able to go down there. I'm assuming somewhere in Labyrinthos exists another... It's not necessarily a portal, but maybe a deep cavern, which would lead to the Ethereal Sea. Because we've heard already from back in the forum, I think Alphino's the one who mused it originally, that they must have a vantage point, something along those lines, to communicate with Hydaelyn, given the fact that the anti-tower is abandoned by them, but they must still be in conversation with it. So I'm hoping there's something, somewhere. Helping with the Ark, even with all the power Master Cockles managed to squeeze out of the Ether Burner, it's still not enough apparently. And now I hear the final days have arrived. Horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only we'd begun the exodus sooner. People are dying, and there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We've spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan, and all will be well. Okay. I believe in the plan. I believe in the plan. Definitely turn it back on, basically, whenever you hit an MSQ bubble. I do not remember all the cutscene timings, and I did this last night. Great. I trusted you. I needed you. I'm going to quickly do a perimeter check, just in case there's any sightseeing log. Oh. Hello, Paul. Or Paul Tassan. Paul Tassan. Offering to help, that's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly lists of the things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose is our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person, after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I've not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous. Looming giants! Hey! That's what I was thinking! But you don't want that. Well, why? I would much prefer something small and fluffy, like that behatted rabbit that ran by. That is very strange to hear her say the opposite of basically what I said on the moon. Come to think of it, rabbits don't normally wear hats, do they? Or run on their back paws. Perhaps it was an escaped sample. Yeah. I mean, she literally has bipedal frog assistants. So surely she can imagine a bipedal humanoid rabbit wearing a hat, right? Like, to them, that's not outside the realms of possibility, is it? Jessamy! Hello, Jessamy. I don't think I'm meant to be here yet, but I'll chat with you anyway. Hello. Mammoths, unlike those made of flesh and blood, can actually keep secrets, which is why we employ them here. Very cute. Whee! Okay. Fiola? Oh, that reminds me. New side quest in Sharlayan. There is a treasure chest on a bench. And when I went to accept the quest, it was like, oh, you're not going to be given any hints as to where to go. Is that something people would want to see on stream? Because I was going to do it last night, but it seemed like a pretty unique quest. Because I hadn't seen it. I went to the Aetheryte, like returned to the Sharlayan, and yeah, there was just this shining thing behind me. Yes, okay, we'll do that at some point. Hey guys, what's going on over here? Oh my goodness, that was so loud in my ears. Elizabeth, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You scared me. Master Fortuno is the head of Aporia, and it is for his beliefs I continue to labor so. Okay. Distressed Chef. Cyrenede? I'll chat with everybody. Why not? Whee! Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay. Ah, yes, I remember you. You're with the students of Baldesion, are you not? How can I help you? What do you do here? Who, me? Why, I'm a researcher at Aporia. The hamlet is where I hang my hat, so to speak. You're a Vieira. You can't wear hats. Are you kidding? It has been my home since I joined in the construction of the Ark many moons ago. I've only seen the true sun a handful of times in the past few years, if you can believe that. What kind of a place is this? This is Sharlayan Hamlet, home to those who work in the Central Circuit. A great many of us, if not all of us, are engaged in projects of a highly classified nature. In order to maintain that level of secrecy, none here are allowed to leave Labyrinthos, unless you permission to do so. It has been goodness knows how many years since last I left. Myself. Considering the importance of my work, however, I'm perfectly content right where I am. Just between the two of us, though, I do miss the ocean. Just a little. Okay. That's why she hangs it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Careful walking through this area, outsider. The Scatine are ever watchful of the goings-on here. One wrong move and it could mean your eyes. I jest. Oh dear, did you believe me? Help. Help, chat. So, while we're here, can I get folks' thoughts on trolls, the creatures in Labyrinthos? They're like the big, furry, fluffy, teddy bear-looking, Goobu-esque things, aren't they, on the top floor, right? I like them. I like them. Well met, traveller. Might I interest you in a Chocobo Porter? Ah, don't tell me this is your first visit to the stop. It is. I clicked on you just to get rid of the exclamation mark. Thank you. You can get them as a mount? Okay. I'd love to know where you can get it from, but that might be a spoiler if I were to ask, so I will avoid asking. I tell you what, it's actually quite nice down here, isn't it? Like, it feels really quaint. Quite liking it. Hello, Silken Grin. Oh, hello. Are you one of the new helpers? Working on Etherburner? Oh dear, I hear things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I choose out of my current duties, checking and loading samples day in, day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. The forum's got enough on their plate as it is. What with deciding who gets to board the Ark and what. A lot of powerful people have opinions on that. My heart goes out the more Master Fortuner and the others hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? It's a race against time to prepare for the Great Exodus, but with everyone in such a rush, we're bound to make mistakes. Can't make mistakes in rocket science, I'm afraid. It's not a spoiler to ask. Okay, if a mod would deem it not spoilery, I'll let a mod say it. Not that I don't trust some of you, it's that I don't trust some of you. Who maybe aren't talking right now, and I don't want to open that can of worms. So yeah. Hello, Singing Way. Hum hum hum. Oh. What joy to sample the delights of Aetheris. How marvellous it is to see you again. You'll be pleased to hear I've learned much since our fascinating discussion at the Caratorium. It's all thanks to Urianger, you'll see. He's taught me the finer points of cooking, which, despite my name, I knew very little about. So many dishes, so many hard-to-pronounce words. Actually, I was rather hoping he'd show me how to make an Archon loaf. They're quite popular, I hear, though it doesn't sound like it contains any flavour to speak of. Still, if that's the sort of thing your kind enjoys, I shall make enough to last the whole journey. Crikey! I wasn't expecting to see you here, Andy. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to say goodbye for having those other Loperids attack you. Terrible misunderstanding, that. Not to worry, though. As all have since recovered from the rather savage beating you administered, they bear you no ill will. Well, perhaps a little, on account of the savagery, but time heals all wounds. Most, anyway. I did use Stardiver on them, didn't I? It would appear the Loperids have infiltrated the Sharlayan's most heavily guarded facility. How? I know not. Okay, let me turn that off. Re-enable music. Blimey, that came in hot. I knew this would happen? All caps? What's happened? Nothing, you're fine? Okay. Fancy meeting you here, Andy. Our friends in the forum brought us here to see that teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is Aetheris itself, though we now find ourselves in a sort of funny, underground miniaturized version of it. We were hoping the Forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare, and they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around, or at least, that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Urianger and your good self. Since we're both dawdling about, engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm guessing there's going to be a cutscene. Wise guides. Try as he might, Urianger cannot free himself of the Loporrits. Wait, I did not chant the living way. If you're too busy to show us the sights, we'll find other ways to keep ourselves amused. Don't you worry. No, I need to keep you under my watchful gaze because I don't trust you. Wise guides. Try as he might, Urianger cannot free himself of the Loporrits. A tour of Labyrinthos. An unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Bestway's burrow, it would be in our best interests to have the Loporrits acquaint themselves with these conditions, or those conditions deemed optimal by their Charlian collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture. What a marvellous idea! Might we begin with the great big what's-it over yonder? Ah yes, the what's-it. I shall leave its explanation to Endy. There wasn't even a cutscene. Is there not a cutscene? There was not a cutscene. Not yet. Gotcha. Okay. Debated, yeah, clearly. No, it's fine. Better safe than sorry, right? Are what's-its a thing outside of the UK? They're a crisp here. Or sorry, a chip. Yeah. They're kind of like, what are they called? Oh, you have them in the States. What's-its? Cheetos! Yeah, they're like Cheetos. But we call them What's-its. Cheez-Its, yeah, that's it. Ah, singing away is doing a little dance. This is all very intriguing, I'm sure, but... Hold on. This is all very intriguing, I'm sure, but where are the food preparation stations, dear? What was your word for it? Kitchens? That reminds me, Puddingway, our newly appointed chief of pudding research, a discipline he himself founded after sampling Urianger's delights, has gone in search of Aetheris' ultimate sweet treat. Well, provided it's a pudding, as that's all he ever talks about these days. Have you seen him? I have, actually. I have. My word. What magnificent architecture. Such immaculate curvature. I'll have to make several adjustments to my work if I'm to match this degree of craftsmanship. I shall leave no corner unrounded. Wow. The Loporrits' technical expertise doth far outstrip our own. We would be wise to allow them to form their own conclusions as to the function of the various apparatus, rather than offer uninformed suppositions of our own. Unless it is, unbeknownst to me, thou art possessed of surpassing knowledge concerning the construction and operation of advanced Charlian... what's-its? That's it. Considering Singing-Way and Growing-Way's specialties, I expect them to pay full attention to your explanations, which I am sure will be most informative. Okay, Singing-Way, take it away. Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features. Certainly. Search the apparatus for points of potential interest. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target an area and inspect it with left click. Okay. You want the points of interest? Where's the shoe bill? Where's the shoe bill? I need to find... There's got to be something funny here. We've got the tanks. Oh, what's this? Hey! You spot an ambystoma, an especially lively one at that. This has got to be a descendant of the ambystoma that climbed up the tree, right? It's got to be. It would appear that the concept you observed in another time, another place, was approved for life in the wider world. Somehow. Oh, look at him. Whee! Oh, that's pretty cute. They do typically have, like, these cool little things that you can find. Anyway, let's have a look at the tank, shall we? It's a little hard to see from here, but is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. Ah, this must be for purifying water drawn up from below. I'm trying to keep my eyes peeled for anything that looks out of the ordinary. Oh, I can really look around. Anything over here? No, sorry, chat. I'm really taking my time here. Where's the shoe bill? That looks like the trees in Great Ensvale. Hold on. That's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced, too. Now it makes sense. That's where they store the water. It would check out. Is that water I hear from inside that great big tube? It must be because of those cogs and that gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they drop the water. Oh, there's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it, too. Meg, how did it go? Hopefully it went well. It's lovely to see you. You've not missed out on too much. We've just been looking at amberstomas and bunnies and changing the music of the game. Oh? Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it. A design brilliant in its simplicity. I dare say it would take only a moment to install in even the harshest of environments. For us slobberites, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that people of Aetheris sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thanalan are built near an oasis. Areas near waterfalls are common sites for villages in Girabania. These are both accurate, but I'll go with areas near waterfalls are common sites for villages in Girabania. So, wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we'd anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order, once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphino spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loporits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid. We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlie and Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice that many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, to many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big nasty teeth, Loporits may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to the Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I trust Singing Way and Growing Way till I care. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll try out. Belatedly, Salty Forrit, thank you for the follow. You have a fantastic name, which is rather appropriate for one of my bit alerts, which you may see, depending on how long you're here for. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way. To the water extraction, what's it? Okay. Off they go. I see I'm not the only one got driven mad by the in-game BGM. Well, yeah, I was mentioned very early on. Like, about 10 seconds into me listening to the music, I was informed by chat that it loops on a 50-second cycle. So yeah, we've gone with an FF9 jazz mix. Which, it's appropriate, I would say. It feels that way anyway. Speaking of Purge, isn't there another Purge movie? I hope not, Hiss. I hope not. Perhaps you could tell that the local beasties were not nearly as delicious as we might appear. I've a feeling that way forward is not as clear as we'd like. Could you go and take a look? I'll take a look. I'll go take a look. Why not? Let's have a gander. Oh, Burning Anala, hello. We've got no in-game battle music, chat, so... Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Hire me, Soken. I will be your protege. Understood Pokemon at this point. There we go. And back to the jazz. Do Zote? Oh, crit. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to do a good job. Anyway. Is in the music? Collapso? Don't worry. Like, the decision for me to mute the music and put my own music on is my own choice. Chat hasn't ordained that. If anything, had chat told me to put my own music on, I'd have been inclined in a stubborn way to have kept playing the original music. I say, that fiend has a mind to feast on roasted lopperit. Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction what's-it is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp, if it's all the same to you. Okay. Eh? The music that's playing in the background, I decided to put it on. I can't make it more simple than that. It's not chat that told me to do it. Eh? Hey, yeah, I told y'all I doesn't like to be pressured into doing things. Collapse, I'm not responding to you. No. I think you're misunderstanding. Someone else mentioned further up in chat. I was responding to you, then I responded to another message. It's all good. It's all good. This is one big kerfuffle. Yeah, it's all good, Tea Leaf. Yeah, FF9 music. Asik, yeah. Are you a fan? Have you played FF9? Let's get moving. That building looks nice and solid and safe. I couldn't help noticing a distinct lack of carrots along the way, or many of other vegetables I was expecting to see, though I did catch a glimpse of some sort of bipedal tomato charging about. Must be my imagination. Considering the lives they've lived, you would assume that they wouldn't be as blown away by that as you'd imagine. You've done well to see those two here safely. They can be a bit skittish at the best of times, so I'm pleasantly surprised they didn't run off and get themselves killed. That was all very exciting, but I'd rather not do it again. Wait, how exactly were we planning to head back later? There you go. Hello, Urianje. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logisticon Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the lift's top. Pray, follow me. I will. I will indeed. Hey! Salty Furret! Thank you for the Furret bits! Look at the tippy taps! Look at him go! Look at him go! I like how you took destiny into your own hands. You're like, well, if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to do it. And the music is very appropriate for post-Furret walk. My goodness. Oh my goodness, chat. It's all happening. It's all happening. 12 is on my list of standalone games to play. Now is when I need to turn the music back on. Okay, chat. We're temporarily going back in the game. Growing Way. That was terrifying, but at least the scenery was more pleasant than what's name, Garlemald. As a first impression of Aetheris, it was far from favourable. Anyway, onwards and upwards, quite literally, as is the case here. As I understand, places like Labyrinthos are the exception, rather than a rule. You don't all build enormous underground living spaces like this, surely? No, it's genuinely just them. Forgive me for asking, but are we any closer to the kitchens? Come to think of it, why am I even here? Atmospheric manipulators are hardly my area of expertise. On this occasion, 'twould behoove us to seek the counsel of those qualified to describe the workings of the apparatus. They may also be in the possession of schematics or other useful documentation, should the Loperates request them. As the Forum's esteemed guests, 'tis unlikely that they would be refused, yet thou knowest as well as I the changeable dispositions of Sharlayan bureaucrats. I do indeed, unfortunately. Marvelous, simply marvelous. So this is where the magical science rather takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently, most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're all very lucky that Aetheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources? I wonder. Either way, it's something sort of miraculous, and I cannot wait to see more of it. Very cool. Yeah, 12 is on my list of standalones to play, along with 6. I want to do the Pixel Remaster of 6, 15, and of course 16. Yeah, they're my next single-player ones to play. Anyway. I should like to study this primitive yet nevertheless intriguing contraption a while longer, if I may. That the Sharlayans were able to build something of this complexity with their limited knowledge and resources is most impressive. I agree. Agriculture shock. Cooking Way is eager for a change of venue, or at the very least, a change of what's it. Is this not the cutscene, by the way? This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where is the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Merial Agronomics. As I imagine Singing Way and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus, wouldst thou be as kind as to escort our visiting culinarian? Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Urianger was telling us about. Even his incredibly vivid, if not too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself. Not to mention Aetheris will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there is still time. Let us brook no further delay. I like how we're like, yeah, of course, Aetheris will no longer be. Any new dialogue? Just gonna check. I don't think so. Yeah, okay, all the same. Oh, maybe Urianger is different? Oh. He has. 'Twould appear I have inadvertently taken upon myself the more demanding duty, entertaining 3 inquisitive Loperates to thy 1. Yet, be that as it may, 'twill be my pleasure to impart what little knowledge I possess to our would-be saviors. There you go. Oh, tactics is on my list too, but I'm like, I'm huffing the copium in that I think they might do a remake at some point. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. Do 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 do. What is tactics really? This is maybe my generalized description of it, considering I've never played it, never seen gameplay, but it's been described as Final Fantasy's Fire Emblem sort of thing, but better than the sum of their parts. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Yeah, 9's my favorite Collapso, my absolute favorite. Oh, they've got a little koala. Oh my. Wait, do I have a koala? Minion guide. Chat, this is very important. 1 second. Do I have a koala? I've got a nutkin. I don't think I've got a koala, chat. Oh, I need to fix that. Okay. After stream today, I'm off to buy a koala in game, of course. This is the place, yes? The Hedia Robo was enough to guide me here, and I've spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crop without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples. Cooking Way's now accompanying me? Okay. Not to discredit Cooking Way, but I'd have much rather it had been Pudding Way. Where's Pudding Way, chat? No one gift me a koala. I will go buy one myself. It's okay. It's called a koala, Joey? Okay. I'll go grab one. Pudding Way's busy. I hope that Pudding Way has a quest line where we just get to go on like a world tour with them and sample different puddings. I would love that. Please let that be a thing. Ah, what a fine mess this is. Excuse me, I was just wondering, can I have some samples? Ah, it's you. The one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. And I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here. Start that again. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here, up there. First on the moon, then on whichever star the Forum decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Don't you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us, but no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment, so many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what you came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if we may. By all means, help yourselves. It's much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin? Let's go have a look around then, shall we? Do you have anything to say, Cooking Way? As Urianja informs me, the key to exquisite cuisine lies in selecting only the very best ingredients. Oh, shit. You dismounting off that crit gave me a jump scare. My god. Oh! Do you have a koala, Joey? He's not going to have it, chat. He's not going to have a... Ah! Wait. Crit, I've got to give you something back for that, buddy. Hold on. What do I have that you might actually want? Here. Take my carbuncle chronometer and this orchestrion. I've accepted it now. I can't say no. What is this orchestrion roll you've very kindly gifted me? Ignore the fact that my inventory is a mess, chat. As the sky burns, don't mind if I do. And Koala Joey shows no signs of stress or crotch rot. What? Shows no signs of stress or crotch rot. Don't go there? Oh, yes, I do know. Okay. Right. Right, okay, yeah, I'm there. Yeah, chlamydia, yeah. Gotcha. Why would they mention that in the game, though? Like, I don't know, I was not expecting to read that. Where is he? Where's my little koala? This small earth sign creature dropped onto the retainer who was cutting down its tree and has apparently decided to see the world. Though ordinarily placid, it can be savage when threatened, and folk are cautioned against... Aw, look at the adorable little critter. Fool is the man who calls a koala a bear within its hearing. You know what? We're summoning him, and we're beckoning him, chat, immediately. Where is he? Oh, he's a... Oh my... I've got hiccups, chat. I'm so excited. Oh, goodness. Andy, look, it's about... yeah. Oh, no, chat. I've gotten too excited. I've given myself hiccups. Oh, no. This is the end of me. They're gone. They're gone. I've gotten rid of them. I hope. If I've not, then we'll find out soon. Oh, no, they're still here. Bear with me, chat. I'm willing them away, yeah. Look at these grapes. I say through whispered words because I don't want to hiccup again. Oh. I've gotten really excited over the koala, chat. Cooking Way, talk to me, please. Let's see if these are delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. I have seen the real grapes. The real, like, square grapes. They're still visible in the Crystarium. I went there for a quest, and there were square grapes everywhere. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, but though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what is your opinion on grapes? I brave an erupting volcano for a choice bunch. Ghastly things. I'd rather eat rancid gigantoid eyeballs. My genuine thoughts on grapes? I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice bunch. Grapes are delicious. You can get those grapes, though, which are a little bit soft, a little bit too soft. No, I'm not about that life. I'm about the crunchy grapes. Not crunch like a biscuit, or, you know, crisps or chips. I'm talking like the snap of a good crisp grape. Yeah, there we go. Yes, they are rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, as I recall. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. What do we have next? Apples? Orange by name. Oh, I can't actually see what... Oh, they are actually in the tree. Oranges, I see. Orange by name. Orange by nature. What came first? The fruit or the colour? Who cares? Let's eat. What we saying, cook and where you like that? Yes, that's... Equal parts sweet and sour, as with grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Urianger about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. This is all very complicated, you know. So many flavours, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at my idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvellous though they still are in my estimation, let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in that field over there. Chat, I am partial to an orange made of chocolate. A Terry's chocolate orange. It's my go-to chocolate. If, you know, I'm treating myself. So good. So good. Cotton candy grapes are the best. I don't think I've ever had a cotton candy grape. Those weird looking long grapes are the best ones. I don't think I've ever had a long grape. I think if I were to eat a grape that was like that long instead of like a normal grape, I'd feel really uncomfortable. I don't know. I couldn't imagine eating a long grape. Now I want a Terry's chocolate orange. So do I. And I'm kind of sad about it because I don't have any near me. Oh well. That colour, that texture, are they some sort of enormous round carrots? No? In any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Jaffa cakes are a classic. How do you guys eat your Jaffa cakes? In one? Do you bite it in half? Do you eat the orange bit off the top? And then eat the cakey bit? I need to know. I think if you dissect it, you might be a serial killer. I say this, Mrs. D20 dissects her Jaffa cakes. Like, nibbles all the chocolate off, has the orange peel, and then eats the cake bit. Is that just not, like, the trappings of someone who's one day gonna kill, you know? I do that, Oliver. I hate to say it. You might spill blood one day. That's me? Okay, oh, we've got some killers in chat. It's so hard and flavourless, I may as well be chewing a piece of wood. That all but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly carrots. Stop. Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do not find it an awful bother. Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favourite dishes for as long as I can remember. Then perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder, though, if there is anything even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder? Is it a banana? I hope so. Pear, I don't doubt that. Oh, it's 11! Lemon, look, it's you. Raided the fridge of some oob because of all this... Hey, what did you get, Clive? I'd love to know. And if you've never had a Jaffa cake, I think they're worth trying. If you get McVitie's Jaffa cakes, they're the best. But, like, off-brand ones are still good. They're good. I like them. What a wondrous fragrance! With luck, it'll have a flavour to match. As I've no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. Oh no. Oh no. I remember as a kid, I don't know if anyone in the UK will remember this because I think it's a UK brand. You could buy lemon juice in a lemon-shaped like container, and it was the size of a lemon and had a little green lid. And I remember on Pancake Day, you would get it out. Anyway, young Andy thought he was being sneaky, and he went in the fridge one day and he literally got the little like tub of lemon juice stuff, and I just like drank some of it, and I couldn't let on to my parents that I'd done it because I didn't want them to know I'd accidentally, you know, I'd secretly gone and had a little something in the fridge. So I just had to sort of, you know, sit there and deal with the absolute sourness that was going on in my mouth at the time, and then had to walk out of the room as if nothing had happened, and made my way back to my room to play my PlayStation. But yeah, while we're on that topic, another thing I did as a kid, you know the big, now this is going to make some of you laugh even more, I think. You know the big salt, like, containers? I thought it was sugar. I poured that shit straight in my mouth. Wasn't a fun time, chat. As I've no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. I thought I was being so cheeky. I found it and I poured a bit out and I was like, oh, it's white like sugar. I'll just have some of that. And then, yeah. Shot some in. Wasn't fun. My daughter pours salt on the table at restaurants and licks it. As long as it keeps her occupied, that sounds fine to me. Did you ever try ketchup sandwich? Oh, who didn't? Yes, who didn't? My aunt put salt on her spaghetti once instead of Parmesan. I mean, it depends on the amount. A little bit of salt, I imagine, is fine. But if she put, like, Parmesan amounts on there, no. Yeah. Cooking way, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Yeah! I imagine that's the sound he would have made. Ah! My tongue. Is this poison? No, it's lemon juice. A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I had best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. Poor cooking way, huh? Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Oh, hello. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges, less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon. The deceiver. I still feel so violated. First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth, in more ways than one, so I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon. Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spurn this opportunity to... Oof, a bit of sick came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well. Lemon muffin, do your worst. Oh? This is... delicious! Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this was simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over what was worth preserving and what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we're to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loperites, we were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. I've quite enjoyed this little excursion. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. It is a paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilization, since time immemorial, have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect, to be content with what we have and make the most of it. Well said. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins. Pardon my Eorzean, but what in the seven hells are you on about? Who are you, anyway? Cooking Way, at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Aetheris' species as possible if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I look forward to it. Well, this has all been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if Urianger and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? Let's do that. Let's do that. When life gives you lemons, chat, make lemon muffins. Couldn't agree more. So he's one of the forum's lunar collaborators. Not quite sure what I was expecting, but he seems a decent sort. I'm glad he enjoyed the lemon muffin too. Hopefully the next time he has one, he won't be compelled to wax poetic about the meaning of life and the immaculate carrot again. I will very quickly... I'm a rebel. Also, it was less than 1,000 gil and I had something else to give you. Okay. I'll let you off, Crit. I need to get the chat log back up. Here we go. Nice. Sorted. Oh, I can probably go back to my normal mount now. I'm still running the unicorn chat. There we go. Much better. Okay, let's go home. And by home, I mean... go hand it in. I wish I'd put on different music during this time. I think I would have enjoyed it more. When life gives you lemons, I make lemon and thyme sauce. What is my go-to? I don't know what my go-to thing is with lemon. I like making a lemon drizzle cake. Yeah, I think that's it. Or like a lemon cheesecake is quite nice. But I think lemon drizzle is my go-to. Correct answer? My man. There we go, Green Chocobo. Look at me. My favorite color is now green as well. We're becoming more the same with each and every passing day. I used to not like lemon stuff when I was a kid, but now I'm all about lemon desserts. Yeah, same. Like, as a kid, you know, if I were offered a choice of muffins, I'd go chocolate chip, right? Every time. Now, yeah, I'm all about the lemon muffins, the blueberry muffins, you name it. You know, anything but chocolate nowadays. Lemon custard? I don't think I've ever had lemon custard. I don't think I've ever had lemon custard in my life. I couldn't imagine what that tastes like. I don't know. Okay, Growing Way, hello. Oh, there you are. Have the others finished talking about rain-making Watsits yet? Not to rub it in, but we had the most fantastic time while you were away. Urianger was able to obtain all manner of meteorological data for us to pore over. I'll be sure to put my newfound knowledge to good use once we return to the moon. It's my duty to make our journey, or your journey, sorry, as comfortable as possible. Though there's no telling how long it'll be. 100 years? 1,000? Probably closer to 5,000, give or take. Great. Where have you and Cooking Way been? If the two of you are engaged in pursuits of an educational nature, you should have taken me too. I'm a leader after all. By Cooking Way's broad grin, I assume your excursion was a roaring success. Well, let's find out. Let's find out, shall we, chap? That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? Okay, we've got a couple choices here. Limsa Lominsa is home to the Culinarians Guild and many less than savoury establishments. The Far East has oodles of noodles. Where would I rather send Cooking Way? Limsa. It's gotta be. Limsa. Wouldn't I had time to visit? The more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Heidelin's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way. If only there was some other way, Cooking Way. If only Vanar, in her ancient form, while riding the golden Afghan hound of Argos, had not landed some form of tracking beacon on her before she was able to fly away. If only. Muffins. I wonder if this is how Pudding Way felt the first time Urianger made pudding. Though I'm not sure that actually was pudding, come to think of it. Something about it seemed a bit off. What's your headcanon, chat, for what Urianger prepared for them? Archon loaf or some sort of like Archon loaf pudding? I wonder. Pudding but really bad. Jelly slush Archon loaf. Don't condemn innocent sprouts to Limsa. It's too late. One of the things we do in our family is a lemon version of Eton mess. Whipped cream. Whip yourself. No spray cans here. Wow. I'm immediately impressed, WizKid. I have never made my own whipped cream. I imagine it's not too difficult if you... Do you hand? Or do you whisk with the blender? Anyway, piece of meringue, lemon curd, truly something everyone should try at least once. If you've got a recipe, I'd love to give it a go. Black pudding. Oh, it might be, you know. It might be. That makes... Hey! What do you mean, Yorkshire pudding? Yorkshire pudding would taste good. Admittedly, if they're looking for something sweet, I guess it could be. Archon slime? Archonshire pudding. I'd love for that to be in the cookbook. It's just... it's a Yorkshire pudding, but made of, like, blended fish in the batter. Anyway, I feel sick. Sage Council. Should I be a sage for this quest, chat? Urianger appears to be tallying the Loporrits in preparation for imminent departure. Endy, I trust thy time at Merrill Agronomics did bear fruit. Very funny, Urianger. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge would occupy them and us for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlene Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every Loporrit there. Should further questions within my power to answer arise. Okay. Growingway is staying here. Aww. Oh, bless him. I'm guessing we might get a cutscene shortly then. Hopefully. Yang, I'd love you to be here for pudding talk, man. I feel like you would wipe the floor with us with your pudding knowledge. You are the pudding way of chat. Adana, it's not that we've got a bad opinion of Urianger, it's that they literally said that the pudding he made was off. Like there was something off about it. And I wondered what it could be. I don't think there's been any necessarily bad comments. I guess Archonshire pudding is probably the worst one. The idea of him making Yorkshire puddings out of fish guts is kind of nasty. I eat Yorkshire puddings with ice cream. Do you have a sauce on that? I imagine with like a strawberry sauce or something, that would be nice. Because Yorkshire pudding is just like a... It's just a pancake, really, isn't it? I mean, this is maybe... I may be approaching is a hot dog a sandwich territory with that comment, but... Hey, I love your Dragoon Glamour sign. It took me like 0.2 seconds to comprehend what you were dressed as, but I love that. That spear is really, really cool. I love like the red bit of like string, rope, whatever that you got going on there. That's nice. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, Yang, I agree. I agree. I could imagine... I could imagine, like, filling a Yorkshire pudding with ice cream to make it like an ice cream sandwich. I might have to try this out. That was ever so delightful, and with this much information I can fine-tune the moon's environs for your people's comfort. It's surprisingly tricky to estimate the appropriate temperature settings for beings lacking fur. Wait, we've got Hrothgar among our ranks singing ways, so, you know, don't count them out quite yet. Why did I not ask Jeb how to make carrot muffins? We could have had baked goods bursting with happiness. Oh no, there was nowhere in particular I was hoping to go. I simply wish to see, hear, feel, and think as much as I possibly can while we're here. What does that look for? What did I say? The Loporrits want for activities and stimulation, but I struggle to conceive of how to busy them while we wait. Okay, hopefully, chat. There we go, cutscene time. We're moving in. Fat man, I need to give that a go. That sounds delicious. It's my best impression of a Loporrit sigh.
Yes, Eddie, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetheris at Logisticon Alpha. That's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that?
The Black Shroud is quite leafy indeed, and a place of utmost tranquility. They're verdant, at least. The trees of Dravania stand particularly proud. You should see the forests of the first. One was purple. I'm gonna go with the Black Shroud. That's where my journey began, and I have the most kinship with the Black Shroud. Hey, Charbone, have a good time. We'll catch you next time, or in the VOD.
Gasp! Gasp, I say! With a style so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little.
Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Who is it? Hey, Bankered! How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping them move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. Doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurried to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. And we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden.
Me? Be of use to people? I'm honoured that you would think me so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge.
Nevertheless, I believe in thee.
If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try.
I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him. I love how Yuri Andre did like a quadruple check. He looked at everyone, then looked at me. Just as good a place as any. Come. Off they go. Keen, right? Exactly. You'd best go with him. I don't think Yuri Andre misjudged him, but Growing Way does look like he could use some emotional support. I still have work to complete elsewhere. I trust you won't return to find any Loperates and tears. Oh. It's Dad? I suppose he is. Yeah, I guess so. Sholno Ralno. Hello, Sholno Ralno. Ahem. A little privacy, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Dear oh dear. Just trying to make conversation. Unimaginable Riz. I mentioned this the other day. I only just realized that Riz is charisma. Charisma. These kids, chat, and their newfangled sayings, huh? Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me. Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us of thy troubles. Yeah, it's just kids shortening charisma to Riz. So instead of saying, wow, you've got charisma, they say, wow, you've got Riz. It blew my mind too. Yeah. Celestial, right? Now we know the lingo, yeah, exactly. Cool beans, fellow kids. How's the Riz? Yeah, see? We can blend in. Shall we go skate down the skate park? Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, and that it's the sum of decades of Charlian ingenuity, that it's built with peerless Allagan technology is all true, but I know that none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown it in the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage. But even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? If it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening. Hardly matters. We thought the ether burner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, but, well, maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about.
Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate the environment. Is that our first mention, at least in the MSQ of gravity, the spell? That was always one of my favorites in the other standalone games. Gravity and Demi. I always thought they were pretty good. I've unironically adopted Bet, though. It's a good one. Me and Mrs. D20 unironically said dab on it for a while. We're over that stage now. That's many years ago, chat, but I have to admit it. While we're bearing our sins, I thought I'd say it. There are gravity spells. The Exarch Hold is one. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, it's an Astrologian AoE. That would explain why I've not had it yet. That's mad crazy. Yeah, cool beans, dude. Okay, that would explain why I've not had it yet then. I've not played much Astro. All rizzed up and nowhere to go. Ooh. I have photos of my wedding party as dabbing from 2016 and I regret. No, don't regret it. Don't regret it. Kill the part of you that regrets it and just live in the moment, Celestial. Exarch's one is Break. I've been using Vibing a bit too much recently. Vibing, yeah. I kind of get it though, but at the same time, yeah. Be cringe, be free, exactly. Anyway, sorry, Gravity, cool. Moving on. By which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell to regulate the environment. But what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? The reason I wanted to bring up gravity is I was wondering if maybe that is an opportunity for them to create a new class down the line that utilizes gravity magic. But if Astro already has gravity, maybe they can't do that, or maybe they could. I don't know what, like, if that's something they're able to do. If anyone here played Elden Ring, there's a school of gravity, like magical school of gravity, and I thought that was a really cool idea. So I'd love to see that be brought into maybe a Final Fantasy XIV class. Anyway.
Aha! Gravitation. Maybe I could be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply. And if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places... Blah 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 blah.
It's my impression of them chatting. Yeah, Leo Panther, exactly. I really wanted to go back and play that recently in my spare time, but I've not done it yet. School of Gravity would be great, just as long as we also get an equal and opposite school. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet if Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Loperites to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is naught would like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Aetheris, and learn more about them while we're at it. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Full glad am I to hear it. Rather gather thy companions, and bring them hither. Endy, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable operate. Cool. Kumaru, gotcha. I've not played enough Red Mage. That's cool, though. Like, the jobs I'd like to see, I've mentioned before, at the end of Shadowbringers, I'd love to see a two-handed melee DPS. And every time I say that, someone says Dark Knight. No, Dark Knight's a tank. Give me like a sword and a big sword wielding or big axe wielding. I guess axes are warriors and swords are Dark Knights. So hammer, maybe. Reaper, yeah. Sorry, I mean more like. See, this is why I didn't get my full speech out. Like a barbarian is what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Two-blade berserker, potentially, yeah. Warriors sometimes also have hammers, though. Shit. Buster Knight. I mean, a Dragoon is more like... Okay. Imagine it in D&D terms. A Dragoon is like a dex two-handed melee. I want a strength two-handed melee DPS. That's what I want to see. Conan. Kinda. Why not combine Allagan tech into it? Could be a strange engineer. What if they had, like, Bloodborne trick weapons? Where they can have, like, 2 little axes that then transform into 2 big axes or something. I'm just... Anyway, Warrior is basically Berserker, sadly. I know, I can't imagine what they could fit in there. Apart from, like, some hammer-wielding thing. Samurai also is what I'm saying. I would count that as, like, a dex... Like, I'm thinking about it in D&D terms. Like, I want, like, a big, hulking... class that uses a massive weapon bluntly, not, like, to the point. Does it make sense? Like, strength, melee DPS? Anyway. I get how... it doesn't matter. I just want a Berserker. That's what I want to see. I want Gleaner as a new gathering job. That could be cool. Brutality-based, not finesse. Chimera, that's it. Yes. Club Smash. There we go. Yeah, Tojo, but then the issue is that blurs the line between Dark Knight then, doesn't it? I suppose. I don't know. Ah, that is a shame, isn't it, Frodermus? Yeah. Huh, never mind then. Never mind. I'm still waiting for Shepherd. That'd be cool. Blitzball range DPS. If they were going to go down the Blitzball route, would you want them to be throwing around a Blitzball, or would you rather see them? Because I think a Blitzball, it could be quite limited in terms of how they could design it. But if it's like a technological thing, where it's maybe more of like a spiked ball, I don't really know. I can't imagine what it could be. Rune Knight or Spellblade are my hopes. Throw an Allagan node. There we go. Now we're talking. And then you can have like different Allagan nodes. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Yes, precisely. However, it would also be prudent to have a redundant system in the event of failure.
Thank heavens I asked you. There we go. We did it, Urianje. The final days doubtless weigh heavy upon the minds of many in Charlie and Hamlet, pillars of the Exodus as they are. Pray, bring them hither. I'll see what I can do. Kendra. I love that film. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a blitzball. Apologies, but I am awaiting a delivery. Whatever it is will have to wait. It seems this Gleaner is too busy to chat, for his benefit or otherwise. Okay. Okay. The edge of the circle on the minimap extends out here, so I'll check out here first. On the off chance there is somebody out here who maybe needs my help. Maybe there isn't. But the circle does extend this far out, so may as well have a look. I know we're not due for a tank, but if they added a spear and shield tank, oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. Yeah. Like a centurion, like a proper centurion. Oh, here we go. Distracted researcher. So what are we due? Ranged DPS and... Ranged DPS and... Range and mage? Oh, so 2 ranged... But I get, yeah, physical and... Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Red mage dancer. Huh. Huh. And I guess a blitzballer would be able to wear the same gear as a ninja. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Needing to be agile. I think you guys might be onto something there. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground, 56 bunches of weeds. Rip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weeds in the ground. I had to sing it, chat. I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear. I was in need of a little break, you see, and then I found myself unable to relax at all, so I went on a walk. Hold on. I need to get rid of the music again. Notice these weeds and go hither and we'll look after you. Pleasant conversation partners, no so fuzzy. Goodness me, that does sound like a much better way to relax. Okay. There you go, we're back. Doodle-doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm pretty much against having Blitzball because it's overhyped. I guess because I'm not privy to like online conversation, I don't know how overhyped it is. I'd say it's pretty cool though. It all comes down to how different they want the weapons to be. Like, it's one of the largest differences between the jobs right now. Yeah, because that's why it's kind of redundant, some of these melee jobs I'm coming up with, because they share that weapon archetype, like axes, swords, whatever. I feel like they want to have unique items, you know? Dirty Pirate, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Just making sure everything is running as it should be. Things could fall apart very quickly if I don't keep a close eye on the equipment. Okay. Gonna be a caster, whip, a bow staff. That could be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. See, I've not played enough of the Final Fantasy games to know what the other classes are. But I feel like we've had conversations before where people have mentioned that Yoshi P and the gang have gone on record as saying they want to make their own jobs. Instead of, you know, like maybe looking to prior FF titles for inspiration, they want to have their own attempt at making something. And I mean, I don't know where they'd go with that. Like, what could they want to put into the game? Something Allagan related, maybe? What is that fuel source that I have? Ceruleum. What if there's like a ceruleum? Well, I guess machinist might kind of fit the bill on that. I'm trying to think of like a grenadier, engineer.
I thank you for your continued pledge to the knighthood.
Turrets, bombs, etc. That sort of thing. I don't know.
Finally able to watch live for once. Enjoy the story, Endy, and don't be afraid to ignore chat. Enjoying your first playthrough is way more important, and it's what most of us really want in your streams.
I appreciate that, Genesis. Thank you for the 2 months. I really do appreciate it. And don't worry, chat 99.9% of the time is amazing. How do I word this?
For your continued
Pummel!
Pledge to the
Welcome back for 2 months. Thank you for the Prime resub. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. Can we get some love and chat for Pummel and Genesis? Welcome on in, both of you. Lovely to see you both. I was just going to say, the only time I get bogged down is when chat gets spammy, because something that I've always enjoyed about streaming is being able to have good conversation and make connections with people in chat. And I find mindless spam occasionally gets in the way of that. That's the only time I get maybe lost in chat a bit, because I try to prevent that from happening so that we can have conversations like this where we all talk about, you know, what classes we want to see in the game, rather than regurgitating the same old thing over and over again. So thank you, Jenna. I really do appreciate that. And Pummel, again, thank you for the 2 months. Let me quickly scroll back up on chat and read what you guys are suggesting. Jess, hello Jess, I see you there. How are you? They're running out of classic FF jobs to use. Rather make their own legacy. I think range, DPS, and caster are most likely. Yeah, that would be awesome. Beast Tamer, I think, would fit the game so well. Like, for people who here have played World of Warcraft, one of my favorite classes in WoW is the Hunter. You can go out into the open world, and you can tame creatures. And then you can go and stable them in a city, and then you can call them to your aid. And you can name them, and they have their own little animations, they've got their own, like, talent trees. I loved that. And I loved being able to have like this animal companion to go on adventures with. Having something like that in 14, it would become my main job. I feel like I wouldn't be able to swap away from it, because I really enjoy that. I really do. Jess, thank you for the 36 months of support. I really do appreciate it. 3 years, Jess. Though in reality, I've known you for 4 years. Wait. Has it been longer than that? No, 4 years. I think it's been 4 years since I played Fire Emblem. That's kind of sick to say out loud, Jess, isn't it? Thank you for 3 years, Jess. I do appreciate it ever so much. Still scrolling down on chat. I'm trying to get all your messages, guys. Sorry. Mesmer, the thing is, Mesmer I think is brilliant. I'd hate to see them try and copy-paste Mesmer, because I think it's one of the most unique classes in any MMO, and Guild Wars nailed it. Would like Time Mage, but that is unlikely because of Astro. Some sort of chemist, a Garlean Grenadier, or heavy weapons user. That's what I'm thinking about, yeah. Nero's job. Yeah, kinda. Reaper is OG to 14. I didn't know that. Maybe I did. Maybe someone's mentioned it before, but really hope for something like Endy mentioned, something big and heavy for the DPS, but I guess we'll get ranged DPS or caster. It would make sense, wouldn't it, given that we've had Reaper. 2 ranged and 1 expansion is a low chance. What if they just do 1? Is that unheard of? Like, they're at a point right now where if they keep adding 2 jobs every single expansion, like, the workload that they have to put into, you know, making armor, making weapons, is just going to keep exponentially increasing. So is there a world where they just announce 1 job? I think most people would understand that if they wanted to only do 1 job, but I imagine other people would get up in arms over it. Considering mages, green mage is a thing. Dynamage, Garlean most likely. I have a theory that they've got some fun things with 16 and written their own jobs into FF canon to add. That's cool. Add Druid to 14? Wow, I hadn't even considered Druid. Yeah, Druid would be really fun. Does Druid exist in, like, the Final Fantasy canon? Again, I've not played all of them. I don't know if Druid exists as, like, an FF job. But, like, Time Mage, Chemist, Mesmer, Machinist, Reaper's Original, Garlean or Radzahan Alchemist Chemist themed battle job would be cool. Give me a hammer, whip, or boomerang. I think having Necro would be cool. I mentioned that before, Celeste, but I think chat told me that there has been interviews done where they're like flat out like, we're not going to do that because it's evil and they don't want the player character to be evil. I think they could work their way around it, considering Reaper's in the game. I think they could do Necromancer in a way that wouldn't attract that comparison, you know? There's a spam museum in my state, so that, wow, I've got some spam in the freezer. I'm not subbed, that's embarrassing. It really was, Jess. It really was. I'm joking. They don't like pet classes, though? Oh, really? Have they gone out and said that? That's a shame. I'm scared of them introducing a beast tamer with their current pet mechanics. FF has never done pets well. Look what happened to Summoner. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, they had a Beastmaster in FF11? Okay. Huh. I hope there'll be an Arkasha caster, because I feel like that would take the magic out of the limit breaks. I want to see some of the FF Tactics classes come across, like Oracle and Mathematician. Huh, I can't believe that. Jess, it's fine. It's fine. I'll allow it. Alright. I don't need so many ats after the first few. It was a stupid suggestion. Gravy, I don't know what you suggested to cause that. I'm going to scroll up and see what you said so I can back you up. I literally can't scroll up. Oh, no, yeah, I've caught it. No, yeah, it's fine. I get what you mean, Gravy. One thing I'd like to be sort of like an onmoji? I'm probably butchering that veggie. Spirit Tamer thing. That could be interesting, I guess. Jess, yes, very much looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3, yeah. Some kind of pistol-based job, since the Marauders Guild has crossed axes and crossed pistols on their banner. Geomancer. The issue with Druid is that Conjurer is already a Druidic in theme, I think. I expect the new job to share ninja gear, just as Reaper shared Dragoon gear. Yeah, okay, yeah. FF11 did pets well, I think. Elementalist, some ranged magical caster doing something with all of the elements. Guild Wars 1 had Ritualist. I loved Ritualist in Guild Wars 1, Luke. I loved it. One of my favorite jobs in that game. They stripped Summoner and Scholar pretty hard. They were both more of a pet job originally. Okay. Hack Outbreak, is that a comment on the, where is it? Readerana? That second wing of the Evilist raids? That is in there, isn't it? The math boss. They just can't work with AI, be it pets or NPCs in dungeons. It's terrible. Doesn't Machinist already equip pistols? Yeah, I suppose they do, don't they? Corsair would be great. I'd love Corsair. Yggdrasil, 100%. Summoner was so broken enough, the Titan pet could solo tank Ramu, and it ignored all mechanics. Oh, okay. Well, What's the likelihood that you guys think that we're going to be getting a little something next Friday? Or is it Friday or Saturday? FanFest. Because there's 3 FanFests, isn't there? US, EU, and then in Japan? Like, how do they typically schedule it? Like, tease the expansion at the first one, tease a bit more at the second, and then at the third one, full-blown cinematic? Like, do they follow like a rigid schedule, that sort of thing? Just a Yoshi P shirt hint. Okay. Blitzball player. I'd love that. I think that would be great, Neo. Pretty much, yeah? Okay. Okay. Yeah, Kaiser. 100%. NA FanFest gets the least info, then each one after that gets more and more. And it's the NA one, which is next Friday, yeah? Wow, I don't know why, but I didn't realize so much was going to be happening next week. Wow, okay. Worries, no, I believe I'm fine. Thank you. I've been confiding in my colleagues. It's helped a lot. Can't recommend it enough. This reacher, okay, all good. Moving on. Corkboard for job prediction? I don't have any info to go off of, though. I imagine there's got to be some hints in the patch quests. No spoilers, chat. My corkboarding would literally be what is adjacent to a ninja in terms of needing to wear gear that would make one more agile. And that does make me think something like Blitzballer. So I could see why people think that. Corsair? Would you want Corsair to be ranged or melee, though? Because I could see Corsair being kind of like Red Mage, where it hops between being melee and ranged. With like a gun and a blade. So I don't know if Corsair would necessarily work. They were ranged in FF11? Oh, okay then. A reverse Red Mage. Yeah, like that's the way I was... I guess they could do that. Where they spend most of the time in melee range, and then they can, like, jump back and, like, fire off a pistol. But would people be like, oh, it's just reverse Red Mage? I think that'd be fine, though, wouldn't it? A ninja does that? I've not played ninja in a while. I've only got a level 50 ninja. How might I help you? I'd like you to help me by getting help. Oh, what a lovely idea. I too noticed people becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. Now I need only track down 100 or so cups. But don't you worry, I can manage. Hope your plan to cheer everyone up goes well. Thank you. Okay. Geomancer, there's already lore in 14 for it. Okay. I think I'm all in on the Geomancer idea. Like some Elementalist, Geomancer. Is that kind of what Green Mage is as well? I mean, Connor, it works the opposite of Red Mage, right? Where they're ranged and they go melee. And it opens up possibilities for them to work a combo so that they can jump out of the way of mechanics. I don't know. I'm not a game dev. Call it Tribe Master. Summon a bit with tribes. I guess so. They are, aren't they, Jess? And we're spoiled rotten with them this year. Geomancy is lore-wise connected to Astro. Okay. That's the issue, isn't it? Where they'll have to start making their own jobs because so many of these other jobs are kind of merged into other ones that already exist, you know? I really like the idea of having some sort of chemist or engineer job that utilizes man-made things and their ability to kill things. That's the name of the job in Guild Wars 2, isn't it? The engineer that can summon a turret. I always liked playing them, but I feel like a bit of their kit is kind of already blurred into the machinist job, so I don't know if necessarily an engineer would work. But I'd like to see... I think a chemist could work, using potions. We had a little tease of that with the kids back in the Crystarium at the end of Shadowbringers, where they talk about wanting to brew potions. Like, what if we go there, time skip 15 years, and he's like, yes, I'm a chemist now. Want to learn? It's like, yeah, go on then. Teach me your ways. I'm kind of being a bit facetious with that, but yeah. Anyway. Machinist also summons turrets? Shit. See, I've not played enough Machinist. My Machinist at the minute is only level 38. I've got everything, but not everything leveled up. You know. Chimera, yeah, exactly. God, I remember that. No mission goblin engineering was such an interesting idea for a profession, wasn't it? Anyway, wouldn't that be more of a healer class? Well, if you think Sage is like a DPS healer, what if we had Chemist, which was like a healer DPS? I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like maybe like a byproduct of their abilities is they also do a little bit of healing and a little bit of buffing. I don't know. Again, I don't make games. My ideas are shit. Is anything bothering me? Well, I've been loading cargo for bells now, so my back feels like a void sense played it as a piano. Wow, my feet and knees as drums and cymbals too. Okay. Sen, yeah, I suppose so. I suppose you're right. That'd cause some issue, wouldn't it? In being able to understand what people are talking about. Just leave me to my misery. The forum can appoint someone else. I apologize, I simply don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? Well, come with me, I've got a rabbit who you can chat with. You know a starship pilot that I might speak with? Truly, I do, yes. Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. How have I still not found everybody? I've been running around here for a while. Twill! See, I've, as you can no doubt tell by the fact that I'm playing Endwalker for the first time, I missed out on that. So my closest point of comparison is playing a warrior in vanilla World of Warcraft and having to jump between battle stance, defensive stance, berserker stance, depending on what needed to be done. I quite enjoyed that. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities on the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and chirurgeons, but to imagine every illness or injury that one might face in that great expanse is beyond any of us, to say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. The crew from the moon? Why did I not think of that? That's gotta be it. No, there's still... How have I only got 3 out of 8? Oh, I've not been up there. Oh, and there's another guy over there. Okay, there's loads of people here. We're good. We're good, chap. You, yes, you idiot. Have you seen an envelope lying around? That imbecile refuses to give me the alchemic I ordered without that bloody slip of parchment. I've not seen it, I'm afraid. Sorry, buddy. Oh, he's really pondering it, isn't he? Oh, my goodness. Unless your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my damned envelope, I doubt there'll be more help than you, and you've wasted enough of my time already. It would be unfortunate for all involved to inflict this man upon the Loporrits. I agree. I agree. What a knob. What does he say? Did I drop it on the path? Did I leave it at home? Why in the 7 blasted hells can I never find things when I need them? Moving on. I loved stance dancing as a healer. This quest took me way too long. I've done like a spiral-like shape, so hopefully we'll be finding them all now. The end of the world is nigh, the work goes no faster. Schedules are such temperamental things, feasible one moment, utter bollocks the next. And yet, I've never felt so alive. This one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now. That's kind of funny. I like that. Because you've been standing in front of them chatting? Yeah, I know. But isn't that fun? Isn't that fun to chat, and theorize about future jobs? And me on a deadline? Blasted assistants, where have they gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm, the ether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, and it seems I shall have to do so single-handedly. I swear, when I find those assistants of mine... The Loporrits are willing to help? Why didn't you say so? At least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already and haven't slept in weeks. Lazy sods. How dare you? How dare you? Back during release, there was a meme regarding this quest similar to the fish, where everyone kept saying 7 out of 8 because no matter what order you found them in, the last one always seemed elusive. I'm now panicking that I'm not going to be able to find them all. I have been up here already, so I'm confident it's not up here. I didn't do like a full sweep of this section though. Wait, how big does that circle go? Okay, no, I'm good. I'm good for now, chat. Good for now. I'm not panicking yet, because I know there's many areas I've not been to. My face? What's wrong with my... Oh, perhaps I am a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate. Chat, 1 sec, pausing. Mrs. D20. What do you want for dinner tonight? Have you had a hard day? Do you want to have something special? I think we order takeaway, chat. What are you saying? Chat says takeaway. What about tomorrow? Chat, tomorrow is Mrs. D20's last day at work until the summer holidays begin. Mrs. D20 is a teacher. So 6 weeks off. But you're going to be shattered tomorrow. You're going to sleep. So we're going to have a big takeaway tonight. My treat. Oh, there we go. Now you're interested. She's like, oh, go on then. Why not? Yeah. Go on then. Whatever you want. 6:30. There you go. Chat's treating us, apparently. Mrs. D20 won't stand on stream, chat, because she's wearing her Grogu onesie. Are you actually... She's doing it! Mrs. D20! In the Grogu! Oh my god! Oh! It's got a little treat pouch, which is like the pocket. Where is it? There he is. Precious cargo, chat. I don't know if you can see that.
Grab your
Isn't that
shield
cute?
and sword. Raise them high.
Right, you go sit down, Mrs. D20. You go rest yourself. You're no redeeming value. Thank you for the 5. Oh, hello, Mrs. D20. Thank you for the 5 gift subs to Knowles, Enleave.
R_Fumbledink has just tipped £10. No, our treat.
No, our treat. Thank you, Fumbledink. Fumbledink's got us.
Raise them high.
Thank you, Fumbledink. Fumbledink's that gnome in my new D&D campaign. I spoke to you about. Anyway, thank you, buddy. And Cross Orion, thank you also for the 5 gift subs, landing in the laps of Vezza, Bat Rastud, love the name, Zombiefoot, Madiris, and Mr. Draco. Courtesy of Cross Orion. Thank you. It's very kind of you. I know, isn't that cute? The pet Luna and the Luna love. There she is. Thank you. No redeeming value. Voldar. And of course, Cross Orion. Thanks, guys. Uriah, hello. Right, Mrs. D20.
Speelander has just tipped £10.
You couldn't hear it, but Mrs. D20 just shouted, "Love you, chat." She's gonna go lay down. She's had a hard day, chat. That's very sweet of you guys. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very, very, very much.
Toss a coin to your
no more. Hey, we've got cheap taste. There's no need for more. We're good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mega Magic.
Mega Magic has just tipped £10.
That is very sweet. Thank you.
Toss a coin to your witcher.
What? Aurora, what are you doing? Oh my
Aurora
god.
Lath has just tipped 50. Dinner.
Oh my god. Aurora, thank you very, very much. I don't think we've ever spent that much money on dinner ever. Are we going to do it today? We might decide to get something tomorrow as well to celebrate her last day at work. Aurora Lath, thank you very much. That is very, very sweet of you. I'm taken aback completely. Valiant Turtle! It looks like we made it. We made it. Thank you, Valiant Turtle, for the very generous 500 bits. That's it, chat. No more. This isn't reverse psychology. No more. I'm sweating now. You've struck me with I'm feeling all hot and bothered. Thank you, Valiant Turtle, for the 500 bits. Mega Majig, Spalander, Boldar. Thank you, each of you, for the £10. Thank you very much.
I thank you for
to the very, very generous Aurora Lath again. I'm going to put that, Aurora, if you don't mind, towards a meal out for Mrs. D20 to celebrate her. How about that? That'll go in a special little pocket, and I'll use that to treat us. Thank you very, very much. That is very, very sweet of you. Uriah, welcome back for 20 months. Pink Phoenix! Limitless Gravy! What is going on? Guys, this is not reverse psychology. No more. I've got 8 people to find. Limitless Gravy.
Shield and sword.
Pink Phoenix, thank you for gifting a tier 2 sub to Bloomin' CT. And Limitless Gravy, thank you for gifting 5 subs to Che Lassie, or Che Lassie, sorry, Fredwood, Snuggleshaw, Camex Toys, and Silly Willy. Love the name, Silly Willy. Thank you, Limitless Gravy. That's very sweet of you.
Your continued pledge to the knighthood.
Sammy, it's happening. Dank Dragon, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you very much, Dank Dragon, for the 2 months of support.
And another one indeed love.
I can barely believe it's been 2 months. Genuinely, I can barely. Oh, no.
Kendra has just tipped £25, all the dinners.
Kendra, I'll put that towards some tacos. How about that? Just for you. Just for you. Thank you, Kendra. That is very sweet of you. Okay, chat. No more. Stop it. Kendra, thank you very much. Dank Dragon, Limitless Gravy, Pink Phoenix, Uriah, Valiant Turtle, Aurora Lath, Mega Majig, Spalander, Cross Orion, Voldar, no redeeming value. You're all amazing. Thank you very much. I am shell-shocked. No more. Thank you. I need to find 8 people. Why must you hurt me so? Hey, I didn't say there's anything wrong with tacos. I quite like them too, Kendra. Ever just mention getting takeout for dinner and people throw money at you? No, never. But no more. No more. I'm never mentioning takeout ever again. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. I know, Salty Furret. I miss. Lemon custard.
Floating Fat Man has just tipped £10, a little extra to cover the lemon custard.
I'll give it a go, man.
Puddingway, where's the pudding?
Puddingway has just tipped £10. Don't forget pudding.
Puddingway, where did you find that money? What is going? What's happening? Yggdrasil! Oh shit! Umel Gaming, Antimatter, Melchior Delator, Brave Little Spark, and Train. Welcome on in, courtesy of Yggdrasil. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Because the alert system cannot comprehend how to say your name, it just replays the alerts. So, yeah, it should stop now, I think. Yggdrasil, thank you very much for that. That is very, very sweet of you. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Airborne, thank you for also... Is it playing? There it is! Farret's back! Look at him go, chat! And I think there's another one coming.
Raisha has just tipped £10 for the dinners from my youngest child.
That's really sweet, Risha. Thank you very much. We'll be using that to feed not only Mrs. D20, but the little baby D20 that is in need of sustenance. Farret's gonna come join in, yeah. Thank you, Peachy Gummy. Thank you, Airborne. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yggdrasil. Puddingway. Floating Fat Man, Kendra, Dank Dragon, Limitless Gravy, Pink Phoenix, Uriah, Valiant Turtle, Aurora Lath, Mega Majig, Spalander, Cross Orion, Boldar Fumbledink, and of course, no redeeming value. That's it. Thank you, everybody. You're amazing. I will be taking Mrs. D20 out for a lovely meal. Promise you. Moving on. She hasn't yet, Meg. Her weirdest craving so far has been...
Dark's Triad has just tipped £10. Also dessert?
I'm gonna have to text Mrs. D20 and be like, add something in. The classic dessert you can get from a fish and chip shop is a banana fritter. Anyone like a banana fritter? They're good, aren't they? Vagrancy, thank you for the 207 bits as well. I promise you, I will try lemon custard, Floating Fat Man. I will give it a go. Airborne, how are you today, buddy? How was the concert last night? Hopefully you had a lovely time. I'm now moving in. Never heard of that? It's amazing. So good. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate. I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment up there. Okay. We're finally getting there, chat. How dare you support me in such a way? Including the Loperates in our discussion is a wonderful idea. I absolutely will, thank you. Perhaps their biology itself might offer some clue as well.
Bashil has just tipped £16 and 99 pence. If you have Estinian shop for you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's probably a safe bet. Knowing him, though, it would be way more than that. I'd have to give him, like, a credit card, and then it would be overdrawn. Multiple 4 figures over. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I love that these little moments in their stories forever mark them in a specific way. Like Alphino being one not to understand money when he purchases the samurai blade in Kugane. I just love that that echoes on through the story forevermore. Do these doors open? No, okay. Thought I'd check. This is You Are Not Alone, yes. One of the best songs in all of Final Fantasy. Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we can make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forum, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have... Hey! Vagrancy! Thank you, buddy. It still blows my mind that the lovely Salty Furret joined us today, considering our love of furrets. I like to think that maybe that is you, Salty Furret. You are the furret which has plagued us for many years. Hey, Vagrancy, I appreciate it, buddy. I really do. I asked the forum, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the sea of stars on gods know what made by gods know who. It's understandable. Hello? we're really hitting them with the sell here. You mean to say I can speak with them directly? Amazing. I hope they like questions. Okay. So the bit of the area that I've not yet been to is over here, directly across and on the left. I think this is the last section that I've not yet visited. So if I turn right here, I've not been through here yet. So I'm hoping there's going to be a couple quest markers. And if not, chat... Oh, there's one. Level-headed engineer. Concerns? Nay, there's no point in worrying at this stage. It'll only make the work go that much slower. Okay, that isn't one. I'm still on 6 out of 8. Shit. Okay. I've got to check all the little nooks that I glossed over earlier. Like, at the minute, I'm still not too concerned. Elemental reactor operator. Okay, hyperventilating engineer. Here's one. By the gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is this what dying feels like? Oh, do pardon me. I didn't see you there. There is no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern, even though we may need to depart at any moment, and if the hull I designed buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives and tombing all mankind. But that is highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Highly. Well, you can go and have a chat with some bunny rabbits over there. Oh, we're on the intense music of FF9. Let me move that back to the more calming music. There you go. It's better. Our visitors can help me triple check for structural flaws, you say? Why, that would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. Okay. There are maybe a couple more locations which I know I've not fully visited yet that I will look for now, and if I don't find them, then I will panic, chat. I don't think I ever looked back here on my first look through. Is that someone there that I've spoken with? Oh no, I have spoken with them, haven't I? Okay. The only other places I've not looked are going to be directly on the opposite side. So let's go have a look, shall we? Fingers crossed, chat. Yeah, I'm not panicking quite yet. You'll know when I'm panicking, chat, because I'll let you know. I'll let you know. It was 3 a.m. when I was doing this quest. Hold on. Why did that message just disappear from me? And I was incredibly tempted to call it a night after spending half an hour looking for one guy. Well, now I'm upset. and I hope that the same fate does not befall me. I'm looking back out here again. There must be a reason the circle is so big. And I came out here earlier, and I was half-heartedly looking, but we then started talking about new jobs. So I might have missed somebody out here. I'm hoping so anyway. Okay, last spot, chat. The last spot is in the middle. Oh my goodness, please say. Please say it's here. Did I miss someone in the middle? That's frustrating. Ponderous mathematician. It can consult our collaborators. I suppose that'd be more effective than sitting here brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips. Should the ether burner make our original estimates unfeasible, but there are simply too many variables. I feel as if my brow will turn inside out. But perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. Whee! Cool. BGM check. BGM. Don't worry, chat. I got some background music playing. It's all good. I'm joking. I'll put it back on. Do 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 do. I had to say it quickly before someone went berserk. No, fool! We're talking about the in-game music.
Andy, he said he was glad that we spoke, and he thanked me. It was all worth it after all, wasn't it? Even the mistakes we made, because now we can tell them what not to do.
Okay. Behold, Endy, through thine efforts, word hath spread throughout Labyrinthos. Verily, to a far greater number than we had anticipated. Living Way doth gather more loperates as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine attentions, watch over them, I prithee. I pray that Living Way is joyed to see so many heart and souls when she doth return. What does the troubled researcher have to say? Growing Way has been a godsend. I can look upon what we've built with clarity now. Now, what do we think the obnoxious Lalafell is going to say? Because he was like, a bit of privacy, please. And then we have just literally brought everyone here. Oh, no, still a little privacy, please. I thought he was going to be like, you bastard, I'm on a very important date, and you deemed it fit to bring all of your friends here to my date spot? But no, he's fine. He's good. I thought he might progressively get more agitated and angry, but no. Could you not have met around the Aetherite, you cretins? Look at that, chap.
Phew! Oh, finally some rest. Why, I haven't spoken so much in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is Sleeping Way the pilot? Where's Pilot Way? Flying Way? Driver Way? Whoa, whose decision was this?
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger.
I don't Invader Noodles. I don't typically watch YouTube videos on stream. Or any, like, tip videos? No. They can fly in their sleep, they're so good. Better than Crashing Way? Not wrong. Not wrong. We need Maverick Way?
Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial.
Oh.
Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
My way or the highway. I like that. That's good.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now?
Oh.
Master Louisoix.
That was me.
Minfilia.
Shit.
Papalimo. And not to forget.
Back to A Realm Reborn. What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised and impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget. Moenbryda's parents?
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Oh my god.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Moenbryda, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic. And Moenbryda's parents.
This is going to be so sweet and bittersweet at the same time, and I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. Ever since they were mentioned when we first arrived in Sharlayan, I've been dreading this day.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Moenbryda and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Oh.
Arthur, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
Oh.
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know. We always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others.
Oh, it's so lovely, isn't it? Huh? At the start of this scene, when she went off on him for the letter, I thought, he doesn't need this. And then to immediately hug him. Oh, no.
Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
That one there, chat. Right through the heart.
To see the boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think, obviously she meant that figuratively speaking, but I do think there's precedent in this game that those who are gone are never truly gone, and they do still exist within us in some way. Memories of them keep them here. In a magical way, not unlike real life. Memories of our family, friends, pets long gone, keep them alive in us. But I feel like in the game, that's true, but then also through the magic of Final Fantasy XIV. Exactly, Snardus, exactly. Like Ysayle and Horsefang, when we prize the eyes from Estinian. We call back on their memory.
I think I can feel her too.
Oh, chat.
The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
Yes, good.
This Moenbryda, she was important to him, wasn't she?
In ways that I can't even comprehend.
You could ask the man himself.
Watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Mm-hmm. Just harkens back, doesn't it, to Heidelin's answer to the question, and that is that you got to live, die, and know. Bad times and the good times. You got to have the sadness to be able to... That music, please. I know, it's straight back in, isn't it? There you go. I've got my calming FF9 jazz ready to play. God, that was amazing. Oh, dear. It's as Temelun said. Something, those memories, they will be your salvation come the end. I'm getting my Word document up, chat. Let me go grab it. The specific quote. Oh, sorry, that's me. I hit the wrong button. Sorry, your Windows PC is fine. Stars flicker and flock to you. Before such gathered light, even the secrets of the gods may be laid bare. Some are fated to rise in grace and glory, others to falter and fade, though not from memory. Both will be your strength and salvation come the end. Cherish the stars and the light they bring you in the dark. Obviously, stars in this sense isn't the cosmos, right? And the stars up there, but our loved ones, our nearest and dearest, our friends, our family, the Scions. So to reread that, it's not stars flicker and flock to you, it's that your friends surround you. And before their gathered light of their happiness, the happy times, the bad times, but the joy that you have within their company. Within that light, even the secrets of the gods may be laid bare, and some are fated to rise in grace and glory, these friends, others to falter and fade. Some to live, some to die, but you'll always remember them, you'll always know them. I'm going to skip the music to the next one because this is a bit too jazzy. That's a bit too jazzy. That's also a bit too jazzy. That'll do. Okay. Ah, Rando, really? Yeah, Ray, exactly. And then when we... this is something I didn't know.
Thank you for your continued
Bane!
pledge to the knighthood.
Bane! How are you, Bane? Hello. Lovely to see you. Thank you for 27 months.
Yowza.
Yowza. Bane, how are you? It's lovely to see you. Hopefully you are doing well. And your lovely partner as well, of course. Hopefully you're both doing good. Bane, how you getting on? How's D&D? We just had a little cry in Final Fantasy. Yeah, just dry my tears. How's Guild Wars 2 treating you? What are you playing? Let me guess. An Asura Mesmer.
Pledge to the knighthood.
Or a human paladin. Guardian, I mean. Sorry. One only above. Jellybean, welcome back for 2 months. Lovely to see you today. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you for 2 months of support. Ah, dear chat. Remind me to invite Urianger for a drink. When we have a moment to breathe, we're long overdue for one. We can raise a glass to Moenbryda. I was so busy asking questions about Aetherius that I never thought to ask more about Urianger. I'd like to, but where would I begin? Goodness me, I've never felt there was too little time before. There are so many people to talk to, so many things to learn. I assure that my fellow Loperates are equally as excited to have this opportunity. They were humming the whole way here. We've spent so long gazing at this star, wondering and hoping, but to be here now, to walk among the people, to be a part of their lives and know that we've made a difference, it's so much more than I'd ever dreamed. Oh, a Sylvari Ranger? Excellent, excellent. One question then, Bane, then, you know, Lurk or whatever. Jumping puzzles, are you enjoying them? My favourite thing about Guild Wars 2 are the jumping puzzles. So good. Oh, you must be one of the Scions, correct? I'm actually the champion of Eorzea. Thank you for caring for my daughter. The time she spent with you all was too short, but I know she was proud to have you as comrades. Urianger is too, I'm sure, and I certainly feel better for knowing he has good friends to look after him. See that he comes home from time to time, will you? I will. The classical Rogadan language isn't so different from Eorzean. Did you ever wonder why we named our daughter Moon's Bride? When first I held her, the moon was shining silver and full. The whole world seemed to glow. I knew it had chosen her, and she would be the beacon of that self-same light. Of course, we'd later hear our fair share of jokes about how we ought to have gone for sun instead, with how bright and stubborn she was, but fiery as my Moenbryda was, she was always kind and gentle. Oh, Endy, be assured that I am fine. I am. Full glad to see them, too, after so very long. Gladder still that it was in your company, as difficult as it was to accept their kindness. It would have been far harder had I faced them alone. I'm glad I could be here in some way, Urianger, to provide some support. Salty Furrow, I can't imagine. I couldn't imagine playing a game that represents a real-life mourning or grief that I'm currently experiencing. Time past, things heal, but damn, no, definitely. How much should I play of Guild Wars 2? Locket Sprite, allow me to answer you. I played it on launch, and I played a Sylvari rogue, thief, whatever, and I had a thoroughly good time with it. I played it for like a year after launch. I got really close to getting the two-handed sword with the midnight effect in it. I've not played it in like 10 years, but I done everything at the time. I really enjoyed the world versus world stuff as well, or realm versus realm, shall I say. Jumping puzzles are still a curse and a blessing. They haven't changed. They're so good though, aren't they, deep down? Twilight, that's it. Yeah, I was working towards that, but I never got it in the end. Never got it. But I loved Guild Wars 1 and 2, but yeah. 2 had I had a soft spot for 2. I've got an old YouTube channel somewhere with Guild Wars 2 videos on it. Not like, no commentary. It's more like I made like these travel logs. I might unearth them one day and show them to you all. Anyway, Urianger, speak to me, buddy. Hither and yarns, the pool of anxiety of a Charlian hamlet has thinned to more manageable levels. Can we not go grab another one of the Elpis flowers while we're here? Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Loporits. Not disposed to rest on their laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsel, and so shall I remain to aid them as need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Odyssey. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out the west gate. I could go myself, but we both know whose help she's less like to scorn. Not to mention that, much to my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Until later. Be seeing you, Thancred. One of my favourite things about Guild Wars 1 was the ability to make a character that was purely for PvP. You could just make a character that was max level and go play them in PvP, and it was great. I thought that was a really cool idea. I don't see that often replicated. What is it now? Move along. I'm going to keep coming back to this Lalafeld chat, because I think his dialogue's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Alexi, lovely to see you today. Sending all my love. Hopefully having a good day today, relatively. Been working on any projects, Alexi, when you've had some time out of interest? I'd love to know what the next Pokemon's going to be that you're going to crochet. Stop interrupting the man's day. I'm very sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Indian friends. Hope we're all having a lovely Thursday so far. Smokey, it's a pretty gosh darn good Thursday, I'll have to admit. How's your Thursday going, Smokey? Quickly gonna check out here for any sightseeing logs, just in case. Nope. I tell you what, on the topic of Guild Wars 2, this, like having this view, reminds me of the human capital city. And I can't for the life of me remember the name of it. Divinity's Reach! That's it! That's it. Yeah. Queensdale is where it is, though, isn't it? Relatively. Hey, Smokey. I know you're going through a bit of a tough time, buddy. Know that you're in mine and Mrs. D20's thoughts. And while I'm kind of useless on the other side of the globe, if you ever need anything, let me know. Lion's Arch or Divinity's Reach? What was the, shit. I can't think of what the, Sorry, I'm checking over here for logs, chat, and I'm not finding any. What was like the big hub? Like the general hub that became like the capital everyone would go to? I can't remember the name of that either. Is that what I'm thinking? Is that Lion's Arch that I'm thinking of? It was the general hub. Not Balmung, Jess. No. My fondest memory of Guild Wars 2 was when Christmas rolled around and I did all of the vistas and just seeing Lion's Arch covered in snow and there was like that big snowman in the middle. I don't know. I loved it. I loved it. It felt really whimsical. Andy, what are you doing out here? I've come to help you, of course. No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? Of course I am. I've shoveled shit, I'll say, on my journey to become a warrior of light. Boxes are nothing to me. Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get those to Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alphino should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. I'll see you there. Deliver the crate of samples to Alphino. You'll have 3 minutes to complete the task. Chat. Easy peasy. Watch this. Here we go. I'm gonna fail, aren't I? This is nice. You know what? I'm going to go off the beaten track. I'm going to go this way. Will I run into a horrific being that will prevent me from progressing? We'll have to wait and see. So far, so good, though, chat. So far, so good. Okay. Restart from a Realm Reborn. Ah, dear. Shadow Song, I've been going pretty quick. I didn't get stuck on the 8 of 8 people. We've been chatting about future jobs that we hope to see. We've been chatting about, you know, other stuff, right? We've been getting there. Watch This is always a precursor to something that definitely won't end poorly. Is this really it? There's not been a single issue. What's happened here? Oh, you're helping with the crates. Wonderful. You can put that there with the others. We did it, chat. Okay, I thought something bad was going to happen. You have my gratitude. But how did you come to be involved in this? I just did the thing. Then I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. Thancred? Anyway. Moving on. If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia to begin with, so was I. It turns out that this is a base of operations of sorts. Those with the final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. Oh. That should be everything. You carried all of that at once? Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look, and not everyone has your delicate arms. Okay. I suppose we should... That might be my favorite jibe yet. I like that. Your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know that we're finished. Theo Paulden is in the courtyard. We can report to him. Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance. At least, considering where we are, we might even learn something interesting. Let's give it a look, shall we? Noodle Arms Alphino. I'll say would beat Alphino arm wrestling 10 out of 10 times. Those delicate arms carried firewood, you know? True. True. You discover a new location, Aporia. Okay. Wow. I think that's one thing that they have nailed in FF14, especially Endwalker, is scale. Like, the scale of these locations and these zones is... It's awesome. And I've never felt that more than when I was in Yansha. Yeah, I think that's my favorite zone in terms of scale. Like having the moon gates, aren't they called? Well met, Traveler. Might I interest you in a trick of reporter? No, I just want to get rid of the exclamation mark again. Thank you. Chimera, I like that. I like that. I'm going to need someone to mistake Alasay and Elfno again to see her lose it. That moment with Estinian was fantastic. I've never used the porter ever, Asik. Never used the porter. I just know that I need to click them to get rid of the icon, because it frustrates me. This must be Theopoldin. I keep thinking that I've seen him elsewhere, but I cannot for the life of me remember when. Theopoldin, when have I seen you before? I can't think. Gods, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? We've brought samples from the Charlian Hamlet, Series 110. The crates are by the entrance. Ah, thank you. I'd expected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You're Fortuno's children, are you not? Alphino and Alice at your service. You're well acquainted with father, I take it. Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studio. I remember when you were yay high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly, it's been quite some time since we've met. 'Tis good to see you again, wielding your father's new liths, no less. You knew our parents when they were young. What were they like? Pray spare no detail. I should like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork want for submission. We can help with that in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Very well, then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? Okay. Let me guess, I get like the most important one that needs to be delivered the most furthest away. Wait, right here. Okay, where am I going? Where do I take mine? You will find a forum representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind Alphino and Alice. I'm certain they'll be back soon enough. Okay, let's go. I wonder if we can chat with him and get any info on their parents. Who are you, by the way? The twins' minder? What? I'm not their minder. I'm their friend. I'm co-parenting with Thancred. I come here to think that I've hit a snag in my research. I'll return to work as soon as I've had a solution in mind, so please stop giving me that look. Okay. I'm a friend minder, yeah. Hey, Ray, thank you. I'm glad the grapes could keep you sticking around with us. Thanks, Ray. Ray, how goes your wonderful tapestry? If I can call it that. Have you made any more progress on that out of interest? For people who don't know, the lovely Raykin17 is working on making an ethereal... Yeah, the thing that's up in Urianje's house in Shadowbringers, the sort of ether... What would you call it? Graph? I don't know. Hello, Reserve Representative. Are you not one of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Champion of Eorzea. I thought you were meant to be working on the Ether Burner. Here's this signed documentation. The nature of this paperwork is not a particularly well-guarded secret, but due to how dull it is to read, will nevertheless remain largely unknown. Okay. Okay. Theopoldin's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents to my hands at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope you scions succeed. The Exodus is, without a doubt, the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, and so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlian has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth. The elements chart, that's it. Yeah. The elemental wheel. Yes. It's the terms and conditions for the teeny tiny toy boat. I'm gonna have to make that another follow alert. We've got A and Huzzah! But we now also need teeny tiny toy boat. I'll see what I can do. Quick and efficient. I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only needed to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning any moment. Okay. No! I've not got game music on. Shit. This is fine. It's appropriate. We return with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note. Okay. You both have my thanks, and my apologies for sending you on an errand, far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe you struggled out of your swaddling clothes, and... That is quite enough of that, thank you. It was a compromising stories of our parents that we'd asked to hear. To reiterate... Of course. I've known your father for so long, I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why the Leveilleur name garners such respect in Charlian is your family's storied history. You two can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard young Krev's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I don't know if I knew that. I've never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. In the room where it happened, dare say, chat? Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. 'Tis why young Krev's pronouncement, renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, aye. I'm moving the music, chat. There we go. Archon Louisoix looked not to young Krev's words, but his deeds, he asserted, in defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations that led him to conclude that to eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to his doom. There will ever be conflict, and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom. It is indolence. You remember his words well, indeed. Archon Louisoix lived by that personal creed and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlian or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son, yet Fourcheneau could not reconcile Louisoix's deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fourcheneau agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. Gods, father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? I like how it's relevant not only for Fourcheneau and Louisoix, but also Alphonseau and Fourcheneau, right? Gods know Fourcheneau is a cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough, yet even so you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration in the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was, with a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it. He loves you to an embarrassing degree. Ah. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he's decided that a given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. Profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I feel like the music there was appropriate. The guitar strum. I'll say, thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me into too much trouble now. I need the forum on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you bought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Okay. Quest complete, chat. Nice. Hail, you three. Hold on. There you go. Ah, surely Kokol hasn't driven you out of the forge already. For better or for worse, no. However, he has set me a task that requires more than my single pair of hands. And here you are. I could use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alice and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as it is. What about you, Andy? Can you spare the time? Of course I can. How about another adventure, my old boy? Perfect. This shouldn't take long. Okay. I think, chat, much to the dismay and I imagine disappointment of many, I think that might be where we go for today. Because I don't want to necessarily dive into a big quest when we're like 2 minutes from ending. So, yeah, don't worry. Got all the time in the world. All the time in the world. Do you want me to bring the dramatic music back? I can bring it back. Let me actually go to here. There you go. How about that? Like that? I arrived in time for the end. Good. Sorry, Cloud. Sorry, buddy. Chat, yeah. No, we've had a good time today. I've had a good time. A lot of good story, which I'm very happy with. The Moenbryda's parents scene has cast my insides a storm. I am not happy with what they did. They went for the jugular 3 times back to back, didn't they? Didn't appreciate that. Thank you, Bane, for redeeming. Andy promotes himself on his own stream. We've hit the donation goal. No need to donate, chat. But if you'd like to support, you can subscribe. And there's a Patreon where I'm uploading pictures of my miniature painting at the minute, if you're interested. But no, chat, thank you for all the love today. Thank you for hanging out in chat, subscribing, the bitting, the donationing, the subscribing, the gift subbing, all that stuff. And of course, going on the adventure with me. I'm having an absolute whale of a time. Best game ever. Allow me to now catch up on chat before we go. Where was I? Sorry. Goodbye to the following people. Terralyn, thank you, Kulap. Thank you, Terralyn, Drax, Seek, Althenes, Tea Leaf, Leonix, Thanko. Where's the music gone? Oh, it's coming back. Cloud, Luke, Thanko, Leonix, Seek, Oliver, Leonix again, Dallas. Let me quickly position myself. Oh, I was meant to look at Graha, but I forgot that I've got my Koala Joey out. Never mind. Sakura, Celeste, Bashiel, Rixki, Sign, Arna Shadowstar, Bane, Lord Calf, Cypher, Dace, Yakitu, Chromatica, Shocrates, Lime, Riolicious, Eriu, Lala Aria, Althenes, Einfact, Norb, Salty Furret, Genesa, Limitless Gravy, Ashrik 14, Shirokazi, Kulap, Esik, Meg, Althenes, Tenchi, Sparkling Parfait, Tasty Red Orange, Smoky, Naughty, Tojo, Celeste, Arna Shadowstar, Ninka Maya, Kelela, Amy Louise, Rafgarian, Pi, Armo, Lord Calf, Sophie P, Kashari, anyone lurking in the wings. Thank you for hanging out today. We will be back tomorrow for more. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if it'll be ready tomorrow, but I'm in the process of editing an Elpis video. It might be on YouTube tomorrow. If it is, check it out. If it's not, whatever. But for now, I'm going to go. Chat, much love. You're all amazing. And I'll see you tomorrow for more of the good stuff. Atma Prime, Peachy Gummy, Pink Phoenix, Lurkers, Tenjenk, Leonix, Phoenix Senpai, T-Rex if you're watching the VOD, June as well. And yeah, goodbye everybody. Until next time. Mwah!